you're giving it that chance that it's a bit lower.
Over 50%?
I mean, yeah, but like what? Yeah, but that could be 51.
Why is it a good number?
Yeah, it could be 51.
Why is it a good? Because
What's good about over 50%? You don't believe in first kill?
over 50% means people should believe in first killer. But listen, there's something in the water.
Over 50% isn't belief.
That is belief.
No, belief is 100%.
Belief is 100% in, bro, in all caps.
Belief is
you were in all caps. You were a little
number.
lowercase there.
Yeah. There's some hesitation.
You're on the fence.
I'm on the fence.
I didn't take you for a fence sitter.
I'm not a fence sitter. Trust me. I gave you the over 50%, and I'm
over 50%. You might be.
Right.
I mean, it's not incorrect, but it's definitely a little non-committal, if you ask me.
I don't know what to find out.
What's crazy is the 71% to me. That is like oddly specific.
Yeah, well, that, you know,
Chat's close
70.
to you.
Yeah, and I bet we're low-key on the same wavelength. That 70%, that is everything that is in control of the ultimates. That one is them having anything that's out of their control. So strictly business, having to beat Gen G in a world where technically, and knock on wood, Gen G's doing better than the last time we saw them. That seems kind of hard. And
Okay.
teammates is laughing at me, and I'm ready for the rage.
Oh, my mic was muted. Hello.
Yeah, I know. Let's just keep it now. We'll move on to
The
the next
mic
one.
check was muted, and it was all
let's move on to the
muted.
Pirates right now. Pirates
My
on both.
heart's
It's a really fun
broken.
team here, but they need to win, and either the Ultimates drop 7th or 8th or worse, or SSG drops 7th
Hello.
or sorry 3rd to 4th.
It's
or
RLCS.
below.
We
So
have
there's a couple
props.
chances for them, but that need to
We're
win.
doing 2
part for the
streams
Pirates
today.
on
We're
both
watching
is
RLCS now,
a
and
pretty
then we're
large
doing
ask if they
a
want to be
normal
able to
stream
clinch in
later.
that Birmingham major. So for the Pirates,
Hi,
do you
G-Man.
feel
Hi,
like they're
Sinus.
going to be
Hi,
able to
Mama
grab one of
Panda.
those
Mama
spots
Panda, thank you for the
with
10
Birmingham
stream
major?
streak.
In or out? How confident are you guys on this one? I see a few confused looks.
You're
there.
beautiful.
Mainly from me needing the question repeated.
Okay. So Pirates need to win, and
She just
they need
glitched out
one
of
these other two things
existence.
to happen. Either the Ultimates drop 7th to 8th,
How you doing? I
or
can breathe a little bit
SSG
better,
drops
so
3rd to 4th.
that's a good thing. That's a great thing. Everyone's
let's
roboting
flip
out?
them around right now.
All right.
We're gonna do it at 3 frames per second.
Leaf is the only
0%.
one not
So wait,
roboting
I
out.
guess we should, or would that be like 100% out? Like you're saying they're 100%.
Okay, I hadn't opened it yet, but I just saw that. And I saw that I didn't tags yet, and I haven't opened them yet because I wanted to be able to read them. But thank you.
Got a little bit.
GC!
There's a chance. It's not nothing. And Herc, you want to tell me what your number
Thank
is?
you for
I
the
can't see it.
42
I'm not gonna lie,
months.
I put a question mark. And
You nerd.
That was mainly for me being
You
confused
absolute
and
nerd.
struggling, But honestly, I'm kind of with everybody else. It's pretty low.
Breathing is
Question
always a
mark
W.
enough for it to
Yeah,
be
not
low,
breathing has
so-
not been a W lately.
Question mark is not a percentage. I don't understand.
I miss Rocket League, I really do, but I just
Less
can't get back into that
than
community. That's fair, Cheech. Thank you
Teammates
for
is very
watching me
confused
on
by his
TikTok
operators.
anyway.
I think he needs to go back to math class.
Thank you for watching me on TikTok anyway. I hope you're having a great day. Guys, remember, if you hear me talking to people you can't see, it's because I'm live on Twitch, I'm live on TikTok, and I'm live on
Yeah,
YouTube.
over 50% chance.
I'm still on that one. Like Pirates, we all know they're not
I
making.
don't know if I have a robot emote. Fair.
I'm blown away.
I put 1% on the.
I don't know if I have a robot
1%
emote.
is always a chance for sure,
That
but it ain't happening.
We didn't get to see what chat had, so we'll move on to the next one here and go to over to Gen G. This is an interesting one too. To clinch it up again, also
It was
need to
probably
win.
Leo, though.
They also have an
I mean,
and either, so
Leo.
they need to win, and they have either
Hi,
complexity
Parrot.
drop at 5th to 6th,
Hi,
or
Weolo.
worse, or they
Hi,
have SSG
Atrich. How we
also
feeling
again,
today?
Drop. 3rd
I replied to you
or
in
worse. I feel like that's a little more maybe
Discord.
on the plausible side, probably higher than 1%.
You always pop up on my
0%.
For You page. I'm so
Right.
glad. And thank
Chat,
you
what
for
do you
liking the
think?
live.
In or out?
You gotta turn on the like
Gen
counter.
G gonna be able
Now
to,
the like
get
counter
themselves
is going,
to
so
that
spam
Birmingham
the
major
likes
in
and get us
or
to
out.
5,000.
All right, you guys. I think
Gen
we're ready
G
to
is
finally
not
let it go.
out?
Okay,
No.
Let's flip them around. What do you got for Gen G? 22%. That's my lucky. 22.2. That's actually my lucky.
0%
I like
out.
It. A 0%. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, I'll get you in a second, but we got a 0%.
0%.
0%'s crazy.
Did you say GK had 0% last time?
What?
Wait,
no, I
0%.
wouldn't. No, I would not say GK had a
Lucas
0%
gave me
chance.
sleeping
I
pills.
said
You have 0%.
And took care of Austin this morning,
Complexity to finish 5th to 6th.
which got me the most sleep I've had in months. So
GK needed NIP to finish 6th
I
or
feel
6th or
alive,
7th.
and like we're gonna have the best stream ever. This board is technically still February, but when we do our non-RLCS stream later, we've got shamrocks, we've got really cool stuff, we've got lots of stuff happening. We have new merch at our second stream tonight. We have shamrocks that your name can go on in our second stream tonight.
You know, they're round 5 heroes for a reason because they get
not this stream. Our new merch goes live before our normal stream, not our RLCS stream. Tropical Cup, thanks for watching on YouTube. I'm a Panda, thank you for the heart on TikTok. My goats.
We'll see. The only way to tell is to actually watch the matches today, of course.
However, if you guys do want to get us, if you do want to get us
realistically
back to 450 subs during this stream, I'd be very grateful. I'd be very grateful. Because we have big goals for March starting at tonight's stream. We're going to try to do the impossible, and I think we can do it.
Before we get into playing this bracket,
I think we can do it, and I'm excited.
For your screenshots.
I'm super excited for tonight's stream, and I hope you guys are too. I'll also have my lights up.
And in case you need to know the order of the matches today,
I'll have all my lights up, and that'll be wonderful.
At the schedule, we got 4 games on the docket today.
We're going to be streaming on every platform every day this month.
We'll save the best for last there. Pirates on a Boat, Space
We're going to
Station,
have uploads every day this month.
Right after our first match, which is going to be the Ultimates against the
Hi Donghua,
Pioneers.
thank you for watching on YouTube. So
Obviously
you're not from Korea? Where are you from?
You said about 77, I think it was. You know, the thing that's in their control, which is winning this match, you're fairly confident about.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's fair to be confident.
I have my
too,
protein
especially if FK has been looking up in comparison to the past a little bit. I know things were a little shaky. I mean, honestly, on Chronic, I don't know if that's a hot.
He's
take
growing
or not,
facial
but
hair.
I felt like it fell on Chronic's shoulders a lot to kind of really step up and match some things, or even just set a tone. And now that they've
Mama Panda, thank you for more coins. Thank you for the heart clouds.
Like the ultimates that everybody
You're gorgeous.
expects.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. And guys, thank you for all the likes on TikTok too.
That overtime clutch
My
goal
goats,
that
my
he won.
queens.
His face is in his hands, and he couldn't even believe that he hit it, and it felt like he exercised the demon.
You're the best husband in the world.
Last open her, you know what you were saying about things maybe feeling like he's feeling that weight on his shoulders, but that whole team is performing so well. And Pioneers, they aren't.
Well, yeah, again, like we had this conversation. Remember, we had this conversation. I think a couple days ago, but I said when I went to the mixer, it was weird. I was talking to them. What's really weird is like, you know, when we were at the Rocket League mixer, and it was a lot of fun. And like Reddles was there, and we were talking. Like when I joined this community, he was 16. Now I'm at a Rocket League event with him where he can drink legally, which is 21 and up in the US.
But definitely a bit of a mismatch.
Chat, I need you on our side today. I don't care what team you usually back. JNap's on your screen now.
This might be his last game.
Last weekend before it retires. I better see some hashtag KCPs in the chat. If you're not spamming that, you are letting me down.
So Canadian bias, I see.
It's not a bias. Well, it's a little.
He's retiring.
But for real, man. I mean, we want to see good stories, and this guy's had one of the greatest.
Yeah, these players were like the peak best players in the world when I joined this community, and now they're all retiring or retired.
It's not going to be.
Jeez Louise.
The opponents, though.
I mean, it's not going to be an easy matchup. They're going up against the second best team in North America. I mean, you see all 3 players. You just saw LJ, the new addition.
I don't know what to do about it.
Jack on the OG squad are playing Ultimates. There he
is
on
I
your
should
again,
have get rid of the bar at the bottom.
What he looks like. LJ, a striker in his own right, coming from SSG.
No, not that.
FK,
why is it showing the bar at the bottom?
Week in and week out, and I expect them to be even better.
Why isn't my bar going away?
Well, guys, the progressive fan vote is up, so keep that going. Keep those hashtag KCPs, no hashtag TUs in chat, to completely swing this one in their favor. But let's see what the talent put in for this one. You know, I think realistically.
Anyone know why my bar isn't going away?
We still got to put ultimates up there.
Oh, I see that 50%'s coming in.
Oh, Pioneers for big.
Because let me tell y'all something.
Okay.
The Ultimates, they're the better team. I'm not gonna
I've full screened.
But there's something special about a
F11.
Does love Rocket League. He's playing on his last weekend, and there's gonna be something in the water. He's not gonna go out without really putting on the show. And I expect J-Naps with his 2 young AA double team AA batteries to put on a show, put on a fight, and I expect this to go all the way to champions.
Anyone have an idea?
Without making a great match happen. Give me that 64%. That's what I'm talking about. Cause the fan know I got 3 frauds on the desk, and we got 1 man who knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, no. You know what?
Make the major, but J-Naps
full
is gonna
screen.
end up getting this W right here and right
And then
if I can do
F11.
you know what? You swung me. No, can I switch? Even if it's wrong? Okay.
Full screen. My bar won't go away.
Stay over there, buddy. Stay over there, buddy.
I don't understand.
For Canada today. You stay over there, buddy. Thank you.
I'll be honest, didn't have my coffee when doing predictions. I wasn't thinking straight, but we got the matchup. We find out right now if the legend J-Naps can shut down the Ultimates. Chat, thank you so much for putting those KCPs in. You believe it? We gotta watch it happen though. Can KCP shut down the
Right
Ultimates?
click taskbar is doing nothing.
Today we find out if the
It's suddenly not allowing me to use my taskbar at all.
Game 1 brought to you by Progressive on Manfield.
Okay, I can't even click search. Right click on the other monitor, not working. I can't click anything in my taskbar. My whole taskbar is frozen. Okay, that's a problem we'll get to when we have to. Yeah, I have to restart. Yeah, so we'll deal with that after this stream. Come on. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Ultimates, but I think it'd be insane to see J-Naps and them do really well. I'd never root for KCP, but because the org in general. But man, I would love.
We only know one North American team that will be in Birmingham.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it messing with the stream, so I'll just deal with it after. Since this is a shorter stream, this is just until Austin wakes up. Yep.
He saw that first killer did the most he possibly could do in that situation, but he said, no, I will finish the dunk for you, my guy. Ultimates take the opening lead.
Hey, it's not a fun Widow stream without a tech problem. Exactly.
That's easily corralled by first killer, and here come the Ultimates again.
I just need somebody who understands everything to look at everything with my computer and tell me why I have issues. I need people to tell me why half the time I start up my computer, only one of my monitor or 2 of my monitors or none of my monitors start up and the other ones remain black, and then I have to go behind to unplug the DisplayPort cable, plug them back in for them to show up. Oh!
So far in the back, you saw J-Naps and Aqua sitting so disgustingly far up in a place they should not have been. And
graphics card getting old.
The
my 4080.
And thankfully, of course, there was that second touch at the end on that one. But tied game now. Ultimates Pioneers. Who's gonna regain that lead?
My 4080.
So weird seeing Ultimates in the lower bracket as J-Naps has that one popped away, or at least in the lower bracket to start.
Maybe not. Okay, I was like, don't you tell me that. I had a whole community. I had a whole community. Want to, holy shit, FK. I had a whole community want to kill me. The first time I upgraded my rate running PC when I had a 2070, and I was like, or I had a 2070 or I had a 2080, and I was like, hey guys, getting rid of my old PC, here's all the specs, because I'm getting a new one. And everyone tore into me. They were like, what do you mean you're getting a new PC when you have this? That's a great PC. You dumb.
Careful at the back.
Gibbs bought my PC. Gibbs bought my PC. Let's fucking go, J-Naps. I know it was theirs, but still, you get what I mean. It was just one of the biggest things in the world. It's back when like streams used to go really well and we used to make like $10,000 a month, and I had an opportunity to get a really cool PC built, which was the beginning of the end, though, if you remember. because that's when I started working with the company that constantly gave me broken PCs. But I wanted a super nice computer. And I posted that I was selling the other one, and so many people were like, what do you mean old and that you're selling it?
And it's not going to get to him. Instead, it's coming back the other way. Chronic in a real awkward spot on the back wall.
And I sold a PC to somebody who wanted it. Gibbs bought it. I'm pretty sure that's what Gibbs is streaming on right now. You did all the right things the same way. Exactly.
Right now, the Ultimates are keeping one person up pretty far.
It's just funny. It was just funny. It was really funny in retrospect. It's like, how dare you sell for the value of what it's worth. Oh my god! God, we haven't watched RLCS in a while. I forgot how much I love this.
Oh, this is brilliant.
I've been kind of not watching it out of depression and spite.
Coming back down, go back over. Brilliant.
But guys, can you do me a favor? If I post a going live notification, will you guys
forcing Pioneers to play catch up? JNaps is already way downfield, so LJ's got to bring that to his own back wall. Aqua trying to line up a double. JNaps is there, and he scores again.
He has another goal to add to the insane amount he has collected over the years, and this is an important one at that. You've got less than 2 minutes to go in a tied game, trying to keep that shootout going as the Ultimates are now next to try and respond.
Pioneers coming out of Group A yesterday. They're the only.
But you guys retweet. I'm being vulnerable.
Teams that are in these two groups. You look at what Ultimates had in their group: NRG, Space Station. So like, okay, small wonder they're in the lower bracket. But then you look at the elite company that JNaps is in. As Chronic will try to bring one across, and JNaps is up to meet him. The only other players that hit the three
Army. I need to ask Army questions.
Score and goals and saves in his career. First killer, Justin Garrett. They're all over in Group B. It really does make Group A look like the charity group in the grand scheme of things. But they have survived up to this point, and they have a chance to do maybe the funniest thing ever.
Yes, Army, what he uploads my gifts under now.
As Eris has that one go deep into Ultimate's territory. JNaps trying to center for Aqua. Eris has to retreat. He's got nothing in the tank, and the Ultimates breathing down his neck.
For right now, I really do got to hand it to the Pioneers. They've been able to at least slow down the Ultimates, and as soon as I compliment them, the worst of the worst happens.
Yeah, Aqua, little awkward there as LJ. I mean, LJ just used Aqua as a obstacle on the field to put that one in. A little bank shot off Aqua.
I tweeted it. I'm being vulnerable.
Again, but now only with 32 seconds, we've seen JNaps up.
What are your specs, Wheeler?
Another shot. Boy, tough save for first killer, and then Chronic coming in to disrupt the shot effort from JNaps. Aqua jumping into action. JNaps is there, but so is the entire Ultimates defense. The Pioneers have not been out of this game at any point. Now they've only got 10 seconds left in a back and forth affair. Aqua's going to bring it to his own back wall. Down to 5 seconds.
Dennis, thank you for being the first like and retweet.
Maybe enough. Eris thrown at the backboard. Nobody's got any boost for Pioneers. First killer content to spike it down, and Ultimates win a very swingy game one.
Yeah, that was a very, very back and forth first game, and I don't know if many people would have expected.
Okay, I assume that's awesome. I don't know much about AMD.
For the rest of this series,
I thought I'd know exactly what you were talking about, but I don't really know much about AMD. I'm very...
and stamina, this might not be as a long shot as most people think, but I do gotta hand it to the Ultimates as far as
I've always been Intel.
For obvious reasons, a couple
AMD Ryzen 9 9950X 16 core processor. That sounds sick though. It's fast, mini multi-core threads, and uses less power. Oh, hell yeah.
Only other meeting so far this season. It went 3-0 to Ultimates. They outscored Pioneers 10-3 in that series. And I guess in theory, they still could. But, you know,
it's
game
so
one,
fast.
Again, we saw JNaps. We keep saying he saved the best for last.
You deserve it.
This is the last hurrah for JNAPS.
Imagine the very latest Intel CPU. Okay.
Win the whole thing and actually qualify for Birmingham, and then I think you almost
Hell yeah.
have to.
I'm so happy for you.
Right?
Especially because you work on your PC a lot,
you
so.
can reconsider a little bit if that much success follows suit.
Well, that is a long way away, and after a tall mountain to be climbed here. As we wait for game number 2 here at
Did everyone
Forbidden
just
Temple,
disappear from the pitch?
These two squads playing to almost a stalemate in the first 5 minutes, if not for that own goal. I mean, you say own goal. I mean, LJ did quite intentionally play that into the net. So, you know, unlucky as it was a great play by LJ, who had a phenomenal
Mama Panda, Snowy.
If you count that own goal as well.
Senis, thank you for retweeting and liking my going live tweet.
For Pioneers to deal with in that first game. That's why First Killer wanted to play with him.
My goats.
And it's worked out fantastically. This ultimate squad. Everybody would think they're going to be one of the 4 teams in Birmingham representing North America. They do have some work to do, or if not, a couple things to go their way. They're off to a good start here, though, winning the first game, and now we're off and running for game 2.
It's just one step in the right direction for the Ultimates, but I love the talk on LJ. I think LJ is one of the better, but Eris is putting his name up in contention. A player who is a young gun, Aqua. He left this one out in the corner. It kind of just got away
Live
from
with
himself.
RLCS.
Moment of opportunity to
Live
give them a
with
lead in the first 14.
Aqua also able to take First Killer out of the play there. That bump, putting him down on the ground and really just completely threw off the defense for the Ultimates. And so it's Pioneers.
Pioneers off strong.
How long will that lead last? JNAP's there to stop First Killer. He doesn't have anything in the tank at all.
For good luck.
Bring this downfield.
All
behind him.
Mark.
JNAP's running forward again. Oh, double from Eris.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Somehow does not go in. Absolute robbery from the Ultimates defense.
Oh, he almost looked like Superman for a second there and did it all himself, and now you just gotta hold on to that feeling. You can't let that deflate you in any way at all, but you're coming down to this first minute. This one hasn't been as back as forth as we've seen in the last game.
Hi, Mr. Poab.
It's Ultimate struggling just a tiny bit to break out and stay out into that orange half, although this one floats in front. Chronic has opportunity, and it's in.
Everything LJ touches turns.
Hello, Mr. Poab.
Able to bank that off the side. Chronic there, right place, right time. Nobody expected that ball to go over there. 1-1 as LJ again puts his mark on this series.
And that's a player that you really want to have step up if you're an Ultimates fan, because he is capable of so much. And when all 3 members of the Ultimates are playing on the same level, it is a nasty challenge to try and stop them. But for now, Pioneers taking a few shots of their own.
1% in a dream? Are you guys actually 1% right now?
Finds a nice little slot in that bottom left.
JNAPS strikes again.
I believe.
The percentage comes into the day at almost 35%. Now, shooting percentage, one of those stats that you kind of look at and go, okay, it cannot always tell the whole story.
Light odds are 1%. What do you need to do? What are your stat page? What is your things that need to happen?
But again, for his last ever event,
I haven't been following this season because I've been bitter and angry, so tell me who you play, tell me what you need to do. My brain can process all of the information at once, you know it can, so just tell me. So tell me who you play. I decided to stop being bitter and angry today.
A little bit of a different approach to this game here, but JNAPS on no boost still manages to stop Chronic's shot. Eris up next, not quite as successful as the 50 goes to Chronic, the touchback to first, and 2-2 on the board.
Oh, Chronic again.
You need SSG, you guys need to win. You need SSG to finish 5th or 6th, and you play them. So you need to beat them and then have them finish 5th and 5th or 6th. I'm calling the cops. Y5 line. I mean the Crips. Y5 line.
It's kind of been a question of how many of these underdog teams are actually going to be able to create an upset. And of course, after last week's stacks, with watching GK pull off what was literally deemed a 3% chance towards impossible, Pioneers, they're trying their darnest to at least end this in some sort of an upset. Again, it's a tied game, which is a good position to be as you enter the second half right here. But first killer's touch goes forward and Chronic's gonna collect it. Maybe he can send it back to somebody here. Tries to go for the sneaky waterfall, but Aqua was there for the backup.
Oh, LJ.
Forget it, I'll call them both. Hello. Thanks for watching on TikTok. No, you're watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on YouTube.
Just gonna bow out of this play. Aqua diving in, and Eris has nothing in the tank.
So you have to win, you have to beat them, and then them lose again or lowers.
Across the center line, and Chronic with the save.
Here's 1% in a dream.
That had potential to be really hairy.
I believe in you more than you believe in you.
A little overextended there, but JNAPS wisely went back, grabbed the boost, and now LJ forces that one through. And as great as JNAPS has been this weekend, LJ is overshadowing him in every regard.
I believe in you.
I have been waiting to have LJ have his shining light moments. I feel like this is finally one. It's been a minute since we've seen LJ really just be that solo player, and the reason why FK and Chronic wanted him so bad is because he can outperform just like that. Now Pioneers are trailing behind with 90 seconds left to go, and the ultimates rushing in their face. FK from the corner.
I want to do what Vince did and make a brand new Instagram of my shorts that's purely just for shorts, that isn't used for anything but shorts, and see if it's the same kind of algorithm thing as other things, and if a new account changes it.
Extends the lead now for ultimates.
You got your money on the pink car? You got your money on Aqua? You're rooting for the underdog here. He almost did it for you. Root for him a little louder. A little louder. Hey, it's a best of 7.
Anywhere else, if that ball is put anywhere else along the goal line, it's into the net. It was literally placed at the only point where an Ultimates defender could get back and save it. Absolute heartbreak. JNAPS trying to make the most out of it as he just gets that ball away from harm, and Ultimates just seem to have all the momentum now. Waterfall down, and Aqua's gonna send that out to the corner. Things were looking so well for Pioneers, and then all of a sudden,
I usually root for the underdog too. However, this org's a tough one to root for. Players, great. The org. Hey Jordan, how are you feeling today?
And you would almost think certainly a timeout coming from Pioneers as they try to save their season and JNAP's career.
Respectfully, I would hope that they would call a timeout after this, especially, you know, with how quickly things started to get away from themselves. 15 seconds and 3 goals at this
Also,
point.
I just realized, I thought this was supposed, I thought the matches were supposed to start at noon.
But even at that, JNAPS can't find his way through.
Matches started at 11:30?
Pioneers are left scratching their heads with how did we go?
Glad I went live earlier than I thought.
Losing pace of play.
I mean, they kept up with them.
Lucas gave me a sleeping pill so that I could sleep last night, and he took care of Austin for the first 2 hours this morning and didn't wake me up, and so I got more sleep than I've gotten in a year, and I feel like a new human. Yeah, they moved up, I think. I'm glad I was planning on going live like 11, like a little bit before noon, so I'm glad because I thought the matches would start at noon. I'm glad I wasn't late.
And they pull away at the end.
Oh, you're late, Leo. You're late.
So now Pioneers have to take this time out, and probably at the forefront of their minds, how are they going to close out games? They can play with Ultimates.
Everyone spam Widow late at Leo.
It's that last minute that has been their undoing.
And right now, I personally think a lot of what could help the Pioneers out would be finding a way to slow LJ down. don't let that ball fall into his hands. Sad Junior is like, honestly, I'm chilling. You guys are doing great. I could not be happier with what you're doing. I mean, there's even an essence of a smile coming from LJ, who's usually very stoic. Even same for FK there. They look and they feel great. And
how we doing today?
Again, a big part of that, I would say, in this particular
I have forgotten what a full night's sleep does for mental and anger and personality, because I am being much nicer today than I think I've been in forever. And since we're doing 2 streams, we're just doing this RLCS stream until Austin wakes up, and then we'll have our main stream later at 6 p.m. Central. We're gonna have our St. Patrick's Day stuff up. We're gonna have clovers that people can get their names on. We're gonna have our merch drop. We're gonna have lots happening, and I'm excited.
We saw JNaps a moment ago, again playing in his last regional qualifier. Unless they make the major, who knows? But he's got 3 goals in this series. Eris has added a couple. Aqua has added 4 assists for the Pioneers. But again, all that overshadowed by LJ, who has been brilliant. Not just the numbers, 4 goals and a couple of assists. That's matched by First Killer, identical scoreline. But again, LJ, every single challenge.
Benji also have the same clinch scenario. They have to win this event, and SSG finish 3rd and 4th.
In this opening series, 2 games down, maybe 2 to go for Ultimates.
And someone drop me a bracket in the chat.
We will see as we kick it off now.
We'll start being more on top of our LCS. I've just been
tried to snipe the top side, but
angy.
And it's a good sign though, because Aqua was trying to slow it down, and if Pioneers can at least get that opening goal, that's a big confidence booster. But for now,
whichever you prefer, I kind of like the fancy squiggly ones.
He has slowed down and stopped everything in the way. Same can be said for Chronic. The pass over to LJ now puts the Ultimates right where they were all along, shooting towards that Pioneer net.
Well, Eris able to pinch this all the way downfield, but First Killer not bothered. Demoed by JNaps though, and that has thrown off maybe some of the Ultimate's defense, but he's right back in. And the one free shot that they got didn't find the mark. First Killer was trying to decoy there for LJ coming on, and Pioneers are having none of it. Again, it's this first 4 minutes, no problem, as JNaps' shot was a little high. LJ had to push it over the.
You love a squiggly brace? I love a squiggly brace. Guys, we have 1 goal this stream, and it's just to get 6 more subs. And it's just to get 6 more subs, so that we go into tonight's main stream with 450 and set up our goals for all of March. So if we get there, no incentives, just know that I love you absolutely, ultimately, and forever. Our goal is 6 subs during this stream, so that we start tonight with an even 450 for all of our March goals.
Not this time. All the Pioneers, are still inching forward, but as soon as they take an inch forward on the field, the Ultimates throw them back 50 feet.
Well, JNaps has been a target. Everybody's been a target in this game. Ultimates, handful of demos. Still haven't broken the scoreless deadlock, though, as JNaps got the midfield boost, but he centered that ball for First Killer, and Aqua can't bail him out. First Killer.
You just keep going. LJ's bump on Aqua just last defender was not going to be not only there back in time, but at least not awkward. He was very awkward after that bump onto him. A 1-goal lead for the Ultimates now is a very dangerous position for the Pioneers, because this has become much less of a shootout as the series has gone on.
Well, JNaps tried to throw Chronic off, got the ball centered. Eris is there, but so too is LJ, who also gets it done on both ends of the field, and he scores this one as well.
They're just kind of running with it.
Can't stop LJ today. He wants to.
They're just kind of running with it.
So desperately wants that Birmingham
aren't
spot,
they?
And he's gonna try and get them there.
I mean, I'm rooting for the Ultimates. I just wanted to see the Pioneers do a little bit better because of JNaps. Hi, Kloomy. Is that Kloomy? AKA I miss you, Kloomy. How have you been?
A lot of traffic coming through. First killer will roll this one into an open net. You can see LJ coming across, just got an Eris's way, and Ultimates add to their tally.
This is insane. I mean, at first it felt so much closer, like this was going to be a very back and forth kind of series, but as the Ultimates have gone on, they're just gaining more and more knowledge on the Pioneers, and they're recognizing how almost easy it feels for them to pinball this ball around these three players. And they're going to try again here on no boost. First killer still manages.
Starting to stress a bit about my exam results. When do you find out for sure?
Take this one away. Eris all the way upfield, and unfortunately for them, you can't keep throwing this into the hands of the Ultimates.
Well, and unfortunately for Pioneers, they've run into a big problem of boost management. Ultimates have just constantly had more boost in the tank than Pioneers have throughout the series. And eventually that catches up to them. Aqua, though, takes Chronic out of the play, and Eris will just let it go
there.
And give another one to JNAPS.
Don't stress then. There's nothing you can do between now and when you find out. There's absolutely nothing you can do between now and when you find out. Stressing won't do you any good, and it can give you ulcers. Just breathe a little bit and know that when you find out, you probably did great. And that there's nothing you can do in the meantime but upset yourself.
Our first killer.
Okay?
Let's take a judge. I was thinking maybe, LJ, he's up.
Just enjoy the fact that you finished and don't stress out.
Would have liked to see them maybe just kind of push that ball in, just that split second faster. You hope
Hi, Zach.
back to haunt them.
Zach's giving the exact opposite advice.
Put it right into the teeth of the defense. Didn't have much in the tank to go up with. LJ,
oh my god.
First killer, everybody dives in, and the shot ricochets around.
There's nothing you can do. Stressing doesn't help anything. You'll find out when you find out. I've been waiting on news of something I'm supposed to find out for a while.
No, LJ, first killer, two-man play, and Aqua makes the save.
I thought I was supposed to find out last week, and I haven't.
Just a tiny bit, which could be a good sign for the Pioneers if they can.
Yeah, you've been that for a long time.
Level play, and LJ 50 down. First killer to follow it around. 35 seconds on the
Guys, remember this stream is only until Austin wakes up, and then we have our normal stream at 6 p.m., which is going to be the best stream we've ever had in our lives. It's going to kick off March. We're gonna have all of our St. Patty's Day decorations up. We're gonna have all of our lights up. We're gonna have the shamrocks that you guys can get your names on. We're gonna have our goals for March that I'm super excited about. We're being very ambitious. I have a very big goal that I'm not going to spoil just yet. But I want to go back to being ambitious and thinking that this channel is capable of doing the impossible. Should I remod Zach, chat? I'll let you decide. Wheelo, thank you for the bits. Can I have a shout out for Wheelo? Should we remod Zach? All right, Zach, let the Gamba decide. Gamble for your sword back. Beaver will give you the money. He will bankroll you. Mr. Three Sides of Depression. Oh.
5-2, 4-2.
Well.
High scoring series between Ultimates and
It's been fun.
To kick things off today. And still one more to go, but Pioneers just have not been able to keep pace with the Ultimates as the series has gone on. They just kind of get worn down. And again, it's those closing moments. I mean, you saw the
just had a row and work, so like a physical one. He wants you to physically move a sign that's bolted into concrete. Did you tell him that he's an idiot? Or did you handle it better than I would?
But nobody took charge for Pioneers.
Okay, so you've lost. And now you've won. Third time will be your decision.
And now give him, what, 6 goals in the series, 6 from first killer as well.
It's a best of 3.
Has helped on 5 of them. And
it's a best of 3.
This is
All right, you've won. You get your sword back.
Oh yes, this is the ultimate that if they were to make the major, this is the level that you want to see them playing at. You want to see this on land if possible, but there's a long journey ahead of them. This is just one step on the road to that major, and they are going to need one more win here. But the Pioneers, I mean, we've said it before, J-Naps, he's looked different.
Jesus, Maniac.
The best he's ever had. He has one more opportunity to show the entire world what he has been made of.
I'm just fuck off on the PA. Oh my god. Was worth it? Absolutely. I'm probably not gonna be able to join. I know the second stream's late, which is why I wanted to do a morning RLCS stream. One, because I do want to get back to streaming RLCS. I'm over being sad about it. I wanted to get over that. But two, I have a lot of stuff I want to get ready for tonight's stream. And every single stream of March is going to be a fucking banger. And we, you know what? Actually, I'm going to tell you guys. I am going to be insanely, ridiculously optimistic, and I'm going to say that we can get back to 2,000 subs this month. We're going to have fun things planned every night this month. We're going to have a strict schedule. Every night this month, we're going to start with Rocket League for like an hour or two, and then we're only going to do variety after. All this month, we're going to have the exact times that we're going to live. We're going to have really cool things. We have our new merch drop tonight. We're going to have lots of things. And my goal is that we get back to 2,000 subs, which is why I'm trying to get back to 450 this stream, because we're only 6 away. We're only 6 away. So that we started an even number tonight. So that we started an even number tonight with our ambitions. But I think we can do it, guys. I think we can do it. It is March. My son is 14 months old today. My son is 14 months old today.
And Pioneers can breathe easy for a moment, though they are down here in a game they must win to prolong their life in this split.
GC, you just gotta mute him. I have to mute so many things, man. You just gotta mute anything to do with anything that you're interested in, man. Everyone, no, I want to see them. What is wrong with you? Stop it. John! Thank you for the 6 subs! My goat! Can I have a shout out for John? That is your first time gifting in the channel. Thank you for gifting a sub to Frozen Moose Knuckle. I'm a lunch tray. No, I'm not. Void Grinds, Ronan Sisu, not Pico Pete, not Pico Park. And Lifted Snakes. Can I have a shout out for John? And can I get some Widow gifts in the chat from every single one of you that have a sub badge? You're beautiful, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for kicking off and making us even. You're awesome, and I appreciate you. Dr. Doom's design was leaked. Holy fuck, so much art. It doesn't matter because they're bringing back somebody who should be dead, who had one of the best send-offs in cinema. Had one of the best send-offs in cinema, and they're ruining it for some money. They're ruining it for, they're ruining nostalgia a couple years after nostalgia's sake. Also, he's not even the right ethnicity. Not even trying to be politically correct here. How do you give somebody the greatest send-off in cinema of all time and then just bring him back for a cheap, like, reveal? They should have just recast Kang. You know what happens when you have a shitty domestic violence person? You recast them. You don't scratch the role and bring back dead people. But he's not Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. should not be back. Slow things down as the Ultimates head their way.
Chronic is all over this, but it's going to fall freely to, well, First Killer had an awkward jump.
I am a Rocket League streamer as a career. I am a Marvel fan first.
He's getting really sloppy right now for ultimates, and the door is open just a little bit.
John, you're incredible. I'm so sorry. I was super excited about what you did, and then I got super upset. You're incredible. You're incredible, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the 6 subs. Guys, thank you for 8 subs to the stream so far, especially when it's not at the schedule that I've been doing lately, especially when I'm only streaming right now until Austin wakes up. You guys rock. I'm so excited for tonight's stream. Weolo, thank you for the bits! Ah! That's almost a hype train. I love you. And the canon multiverse variants can look identical or different. Also, different characters in different universes can look identical. For all we know, there could be a universe where RDGA is Spider-Man. I know that, but the way they brought him out at Comic-Con, which could have been a huge lie or misdirection, was that he was going to be Doctor Doom. And I know that that could have been a misdirection, and I'm hoping that it's a misdirection because you've seen my reaction if it's not.
Aqua having that one drifting to the left a little bit.
I'm mad they revealed him. Yes, because they're implying that he is Doom, that he is now another main thing, and it is no. It would have been sick to see the movie and to see him come back as a Doom bot. It would have been sick to see the movie and see him come back in a universe back alive. You would have seen an eruption like you saw in fucking Endgame. But just bringing him here for a cheapskate to get people to watch the movie and say, aha, this is Doctor Doom, is fucking awful. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. The Ultimates said goodbye, J-Naps. They are giving him a send-off of all send-offs, which is unfortunate. But hello. My multi-chat froze over here, which is weird. Let's reopen it. Carter, thank you for watching me on TikTok.
As far as the Pioneers are concerned, and JNAPS in particular, it truly was a valiant effort.
I have one question, or just a side thing. When this game is over, can someone type on YouTube and see if it unfreezes my multi-chat?
At a very different level. LJ might add one more for the road. Now Chronic
my multi-chat hasn't moved since got a complaint for telling him to fuck off on the PA.
Last time we see JNAPS in the competitive sphere.
Not my prodigy. Have you seen how many people have retired after? Yeah. Change the top down to live chat. That's not what it is over there. So fortunately, I still had this one open. Fortunately, I still have this one open, or I wouldn't be seeing chat at all.
When you think about the longevity that JNAPS has had throughout his career, I mean,
fortunately, I have this open, or I wouldn't have seen chat moving for the past 10 minutes.
He's retiring now, right? And then a few months later, so he's retiring now, right? And it just kept on going. He just, you know, defied Father Time for as long as he could. But yes, coming to the realization that this is the
poor Maniac.
For Jacob Knappman.
Poor Maniac.
What a storied career it has been.
I'm sorry.
Twice on the world
I
championship
was never
stage.
a B2 fan.
Not able to lift that trophy himself, but certainly gave it the old college try time and time again. Came as close as you could.
Okay, guys. So you know how we always talk about Wolfgang as really good friends. Lucas runs his channel. One of our groomsmen. If you went to the the wedding, you saw him or you got to meet him. He's been playing in the poker tournament in Korea, because he plays for, you know, the global poker tournament and everything. And he played his main tournament that ended yesterday or the day before, and like did really well, cashed out. Mama Panda, is your thing posting again like 10 times? I'm getting the pop-ups. But so he played in the main tournament, you know, the global poker tournament, and played really well. I don't know if you guys know how like main tournaments work, but like the chips you have aren't actually how much money you have. You like buy in for $25,000 and then you get like 1 million chips, or like you win a lot, and you have to get to like top 40 to like actually make it into getting cash back and like winning cash. If you follow poker at all. And so his first tournament that he played in, he ended up cashing out. He went pretty far. He ended up cashing out at $40,000, which is sick, which is amazing. And then he wasn't supposed to play in the next one, which was like the big $8 million tournament where first place wins $1.8 million. He wasn't even supposed to play in the second one, and then Rampage convinced him to. Rampage convinced him to play in it. He wasn't even supposed to play in this tournament. Played until a couple hours ago, which was 3 a.m. their time. You know, was just playing in it for the hell of it. Got top 4 and just won $670,000. He made main table, and we were watching him all morning. Made main table, went from 11th, 10th to 8th. First place was 1.8 million. Second place was 1.2 million. Third place was 850,000. Fourth place was 670,000. Fifth place was 540. Sixth place was 480. Seventh place, which is when we started watching him, was like 350. But no, he wasn't even supposed to play in this. He wasn't even supposed to play in this tourney, and just won $670,000. Which is insane. And I've never been more proud of somebody. That title's gonna go crazy. Oh my God, their channel. Lucas and Alex's channel is about to go crazy. It's about to go crazy. It's gonna be so huge for them, and it's huge for Alex, and it's huge for Lucas, and it's just... Lucas forgot my water. Oh no, he didn't. I lied. Does he go halvesies with Lucas? No. Lucas doesn't do anything with tournament wins. Lucas, the similar thing that I'm looking for with editors, in which I've been talking to Beaver about, because Beaver might start helping me a little bit with my YouTube channel, is percentage of what the channel earns, and then eventually like a base. I did sign up for WPT Gold with this link. Oh hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. But I'll be right back, okay? I just have to pee really quick because lots of liquid and there's a pause. Can you guys take care of chat for me? You can spank each other, kiss each other, smack each other, kill each other in game, in chat. You can gift sub. You can donate and be the first people to donate towards our March Donut goal. You can sign up for HelloFresh because you love me. I just have it off the screen because of RLCS. Or you can spam Charmanders and gamble and have a really good time. I'll be right back. got a salad too. Not now.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her.
Hey, Duck Boy. How we doing? Hey, my multi-chat froze for a second. And in one of the YouTubes. I can't see YouTube chat, which is unfortunate. So let me open YouTube over here. My multi-chat isn't ringing. And in one of the YouTubes. I can't see YouTube chat.
And with that victory, they send out the Pioneers, and alongside that, the career of JNAV's Ultimate.
Yeah, my PC in general is being weird. Like my quick actions aren't working.
Paper 4-0, and now
interesting.
Chronic joining me on that one. A Chronic man.
Thank you for the pink
I'm obligated to
what I wanted my whole life.
Taking out JNAV's for now, just so you know, preemptively. But congratulations on the win.
I'm not happy about it either, but
it's hard. I mean, I guess, yeah, going into the matchup, I mean, knowing the result, you have to get the win. Obviously, this is your job to do. I mean, I guess what were your thoughts as a team or as an individual?
I just gotta reboot it.
Because you said yourself, I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, you know, I've been a fan of JNAV since like pretty much I rooted for him in G2 until I was pro. So it's kind of sad to see him done. Legend of the game. So, you know, I didn't want
I know.
His last series, but we had to do what we needed to do and win.
I know.
I mean, again, I guess the positive look is the passing of the torch. You know, it's now an obligation, or I guess a responsibility for you guys.
Just realized there's no salad dressing on the salad, but maybe that's healthier.
To just keep winning. That's the perspective maybe I'd take with it.
Maybe that's healthier.
Yeah, we definitely just like I said, you know, he's a legend of the game. I just want to like be able to do the same things and accomplish similar things that he did in his career. That's kind of the goal.
I mean, I guess looking at the series itself, with, you know, that legacy aside, for you guys in this matchup, it looked like around game 2.
Actually, when I saw Chronic, he was literally, what?
I guess, in terms of what we're seeing on the cams, did you feel a shift of like, okay, we do have the series on lock at that point?
Yeah, you know, they're like, respectfully, they are a team that we think we should be beating pretty much every time. And after game 1, it just felt like it was kind of like smooth sailing from there. It just like the goals were coming pretty easily, and as long as we didn't concede, it was just gonna, like, we were just gonna win.
Yeah. Now, I guess looking at the season as a whole so far, now that we're into the final open before we get to that major, whereas you guys likely will be able to clinch your spot, but still
up next?
On the fence of that, do you feel like this point, given your guys' talent, that you probably should have? Where were your expectations, I guess, in terms of being able to lock in one of those spots and when that would have happened?
Yeah, this is probably within expectation.
Who's strictly business?
Is to be the best team in NA, so we always are trying to win. So we probably would have liked to lock it in before this point, but at this point, we just want to do our best in this regional and have some confidence going into the major after we lock that in, of course.
Yeah, and as long as I'm not looking at it wrong here, I believe you guys will play the losers of Space Station and Pirates on that one. Who do you think it's going to be? Because we've seen
Imports, anyone I know?
Do good and bad before. Do you think they're locked in this tournament?
We'll probably play Poab, but I actually don't think, like, they could definitely win that. I don't think that's like 100% over already. It's definitely winnable series for Poab.
Exactly. Hey, well, whoever it is, hopefully you guys can get the win against them, so you can lock in your journey to Birmingham. So I'm going to let you go lock in, and good luck.
All right, thank you.
There's Chronic from the Ultimates. Again, I appreciate what you did, Bates, before. I appreciate
my mind's gone this season. I just haven't followed along at all.
Realistically, we had to expect this result.
I mean, realistically, I guess we have to expect it. You're right. I mean, they're the better team. I said that. That much is obvious. LJ's balling out. It's hard to beat that. It's hard to beat. I mean,
Crispy, Echo, and Simmons.
A lot of goals now.
Don't know him.
It's just that the defense is Swiss cheese, man. It was just too simple, too easy. And you saw Sad Junior. One, he didn't wear the suit for once, and then two, he's laying
no underdog vote
mid-series. They were comfortable, they were confident, and that was just gonna be a guaranteed dub for him, you know. But I mean, shout out to Big J. Shout out to Captain Canada. I had to get the jersey on my shoulder for, you know, Rep Malcolm, one of the most great.
That was a lot of red onion.
Come on now. Look at this thing.
Holy fight.
I also came ready, you know, just in case Pioneers actually pulled it off, but you know.
I don't have any jerseys at all.
How?
I feel left out here on this one, but hey, yeah, let's, I gotta get one at least now. But Stacks, welcome to the desk, by the way. Let's take a look at the brackets, talk about that match. I mean, you know, from your perspective,
thank you for more pink poop
team moving through the rest of the bracket.
Well, like I said during the series, I think if Pioneers ran up against any other
I'm gonna run an ad now so it doesn't run during matches.
Ultimates were just phenomenal. LJ, from the start, he never had a down moment. You know, sometimes, you know, even the best players, you know, they'll have a moment where it's like, okay, that could have gone better. You can't say that about LJ at all. First killer was phenomenal. It seemed like they couldn't lose a 50 the entire series. And that kind of LJ is like MVP quality that could really do some damage at a LAN.
Hey, well, one down for the Ultimates. Again, they've got another one to look forward to that they'll be playing, of course, later on tomorrow. But yeah, they've one down is what they want, putting themselves in a good position to be able to lock in Birmingham. With that, we have.
I know that it was for charity.
We again have complaints.
But okay, does anyone follow chess here at all?
That one. But up next, we're going to be chasing down Strictly Business's opportunity to work some magic against Gen G. Stacks, you know, I think most people are probably going to agree with this being a very difficult situation for Strictly Biz. We didn't get to their predictions like the in and outs before. I'm sure a lot of them would have been 0% though.
Yeah, well, they're in the same boat as Pioneers, right? They need to win, and also they need Space Station to go 0-2 this weekend. So, you know, this is, you know, the first chance we get to see Strictly Business on the weekend. And, you know, maybe they have also saved their best for last. I mean,
Hikaru or Magnus?
So in particular, you know, he can just have this kind of
either way. Magnus Carlsen had jeans that were like banned from a tournament, blah 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 blah. Either way, he put them up for auction for Big Brothers Big Sisters of America and they just sold for $36,000.
Bates, there's really it's hard for me to try to ask anyone to like pump them up here because you know the
charity
on the other side, well, we expected a lot out of them, had a bit of difficulties, but I still think that floor has shown to be a little bit higher.
But it's his jeans.
Opponents in Strictly Business.
That's right, Gen G Mobile One.
I have that jumper, so do I.
At the James Bob boot camp this time around, they decided to stay home, play the usual setups. I think there's going to be a level of comfortability that they do.
Yeah, jeans sponsor. Yep.
To the pitch in this matchup against Strictly Biz. And then also, I mean, they got to pull off a GK run. Both teams have to, but Gen G, they have a greater chance of doing that.
Sinus just killed Zach.
Together for longer.
Shocking.
They've been through the ups. They've had many downs so far. And I think the expectations a little bit have been taken off of them. They're playing a little bit more stress-free, presumably, in this match right here. One match at a time, trying to make it all the
I don't know, probably something on a broadcast I missed. Again, I haven't been watching RLCS this season at all.
They're gonna have a good time.
They got pulled the Batmobile. That seemed to be the difference maker there for before. But yeah, the progressive fan vote is up. Let us know. Do we think Strictly Business has any kind of opportunity here? You know, maybe they have that magic they've been saving for the weekend, like we just mentioned here. Maybe they will show us what's up, but it really is going to be hard for them. It's again, that Reddles, I think he's such a solid person to have in that team. You see them smiling right now. The mental T-baits is good for them. I feel like they're feeling confident.
I mean, they should be feeling confident, but it's Strictly Business squad. I mean, they're just as good on paper. They have the mechanics across the board. I mean, Ixo's been in the lands himself. He's got that experience. He's a really good player. Simmons a good player. They're talented in their own right. And Gen G, I wouldn't necessarily say that just like on paper, they're just a better team. They have more resources being put in for their team. They have more they have higher paychecks. They have more time being put into matchups. But just talking about the teams in general,
I look at the YouTube comps and skip all the French casting. Oh no. Oh, Anna Cramling is amazing. What a badass.
Be any surprise on this one, and if there is, you're gonna have to definitely speak your piece. But at this point, I feel like
she does a lot of the going to
the favorites for everyone.
The chess meetups. I don't know if I've seen her mom was a grandmaster too.
They're not a heavy favorite for me.
She goes to a lot of the like New York Park meetups where people play chess and then sits down, where people think she's gonna be bad.
65-35. It is not like you know, I fully expect Gen G to pull this off.
95, yeah. Well, not that crazy. Chat's getting close on it though. 17. I mean, obviously you got just that fan factor 2 baits behind Gen G, so you know a lot of people are going to be rooting for them.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Of who the opponent is on the other side, but there's only one way to find out the results of this matchup. It's the play of the game. Strictly business. Obviously coming in as a bit of the underdog, but the chance is still there. They're up against Gen G.
Hi, Aaron. Thank you for watching on TikTok. How are you?
Moves on.
Is this the first match? The second. The first one was Ultimates versus Pioneer, and the Ultimates won. And that was JNAP's final RLCS match ever.
Rooting against them. Only one can make it out here, and there's only
I gotta watch that one.
Find out who that team is gonna be, Jorby. Let's get into it.
You mean the org should leave Rocket League and should have never been allowed back?
Slim at best. Gen
Yep.
G, for all the Gen G fans out there, if you're not aware of that scenario, they have to win the event and they need help. They need Space Station to finish at the very best top 4 in complexity to or complexity to finish in the top 6. But first things first, you have to win a bunch of games and win this entire event. Magic Bear will start as Crispy gets bumped by his own teammate off the kickoff.
Not the best way for
Beaver.
to be running it off, but if you are a Gen
Careful
G
and make sure you get paid.
This is exactly what you expect. A lot of the kickoff strats are going to be coming out here quickly as this one off the rip goes into the hands of Magic Bear again, off the backboard and through. But for now, again, you look at
I want that for you guys, obviously, but I also want you to get paid.
in the past, all of them ending in a 3-0 sweep for Gen G. So
are they bad?
This should be a win for them. Strictly Business had a very interesting
Pioneers was the org that originally wasn't paying the women's league, and when they were behind on like $10,000 in payments, WCB. And then G1 swept in and was like, we're gonna pick them up, we'll pay them, and then G1 didn't either. Now everyone's only focusing on G1, but it was originally Pioneers. They also didn't pay their roster afterwards, which included my roommate. I was a coach for a very long time.
A lot of low boost all the way around, and unfortunately Magic Bears.
But I mean, clearly if they picked up another org, including JNAPs, then I mean, I assume clearly they're paying them. So hopefully it's under better management. But yeah, that was the whole big thing. G1 came in and saved them from KCP. And then KCP went to Australia.
Hasn't really shaken things up too much.
And that's when Chris became the coach.
Getting that top 4 in the last open was absolutely something to watch for sure. But things have seemed to start to stabilize.
No, they're back in the day.
America.
But clearly if they signed JNAPs, I mean, I assume they fixed the problems.
Kind of running into each other.
Do we want to win?
Rough on that first kickoff with
Genji.
Crispy and Ixo running into each other, but since then it's been
I'll always root for Reddles.
Strictly Business.
Yeah, they must be okay now.
Back and Crispy in front.
Kind of just getting their footing on this one too. Of course,
so I do hope that works for you.
Mobile One team, for the most part, usually in that game 1, it's the warm up, it's the feeler. You don't know how quickly they're going to come out swinging, and right now they're starting up pretty high, which caught Strictly Business.
Oh, it's Ixo. I know Ixo.
Starting to find their way on in.
Your thing auto-corrected to Echo.
Here as this one gets bounced on back up field. Seamus and Ixo.
I didn't see your follow-up. I only saw Beaver's message. I know Ixo.
With the space off the backboard, and who's next? Reynolds with the one shot off target.
That's after all that work from Magic Bear to pave that way for Cheese. Reynolds had to come from the opposite side of the ball, but
Vader is my favorite person in this game.
Gen G starting to struggle. Another demo underneath. Cheese, quite enough. Ixo actually going to get back to his touch. Magic Bear forced to wait. Strictly Business can't quite get out of defense right now, having to avoid demos. play these time-buying touches to get back in time. They keep getting bumped as well. Cheese.
Crispy was on endpoint. Okay. I don't know. Simus? Where's Simus from? High energy karma.
Feel the life starting to slip though as Cheese bumping in front of the box. Crispy gets back out again.
And as hardcore as you are going to be disruptively trying to move Strictly Business out of the way, Gen.G.
How we doing? We're doing. It's the first day I've been able to breathe for like 4 days, so it's nice.
And that's where things really quickly fall apart. The center goes out into the corner, and a low boost Gen.G tries to drive upfield, and they will pass the mid, but the demos from
I was mentally boycotting RLCS this season, but now I'm just getting caught up.
As far as aggression is concerned, and now 90 seconds to go, we still stay at a tied game.
Yeah, broke out of that long defensive stint, and the lanes are here. There it is, right underneath it. Ixo beats the last defender, and Strictly Business putting Gen.G
Lithuania, nice.
The jump Magic Bear is just late. Seamus had the momentum.
You alive? Barely.
Touch for him to beat Magic Bear to the play.
I have really bad allergies, and so when I get back to Texas, they're uncontrollable. Is there only mods in here? No, you're here. Violo's here.
And there's another one right off the kickoff, and it's looking like game one. Maybe going one way.
Raise your hand if you're not a mod and you're listening. Kills here. Violo's here. Sinus was here. You're here. Harris here.
In favor of Strictly Business, that second goal there is really going to set up a confidence booster as far as this next minute and 20 seconds-ish are concerned. Reddles just throws it. Magic Bear was there just in the off chance he needed a bump.
You Ash.
Reddles spots the target, and it's it.
Yeah, Seamus got caught ball watching. Was kind of turning in. Surely had to know that ball was going to be challenged in some respect, even after he saw Crispy's touch.
Violo.
I don't think there was any kind of confidence that told him he could move forward there.
Thank you for your drop.
Strictly Business's kickoffs. They've loved that double diagonal bot kickoff.
Finish. Touch 5 non-mods. What's your problem with it being a lot of mods? People lurk during RLCS. They lurk for drops. They don't yap.
Tricky on the kickoff.
Mama Panda's in here.
This time, Cheese taking control of it, and you've let Gen.G back into this game with one lazy third man. Magic Bear up with a pass over, but Cheese has no boost. What's he supposed to do with that?
Oh man, one thing I will say that is slightly concerning for Strictly Business is how close these players are playing to each other. I understand wanting to do the follow-up, but even just a little bit more distance might allow a catch maybe easier than what they're going for. Crispy goes to the backboard, throws it, but Magic Bear has the space and the boost to hand this off to Cheese. And
how's your day going, Killa? How's your day going, Kara?
Target, at least it's in Gen.G favor for now. So Reddles is going to try and work some magic here. This one pops up. Ixo takes it away, and 10 seconds on the clock. One goal is the miracle to stay in this game number one. As Magic Bear takes his time, drop down over to Reddles, pops it up, enough.
Phone's dying. See, we're gonna lose a mod.
Denied on the goal line. Strictly Business.
Potato's leaving. We lost another mod. Your numbers are going up.
Even getting that bump, the shot had no height on it. It dropped straight to the ground.
I'm not mod. You literally have a mod sword and a founder sword. And a 2023 badge, and a 7TV badge.
Strictly Business hanging on to it, really, in large part thanks to their kickoff, getting them that extra goal that put them on top of Gen.G. Gen.G, though, they had a chance, Hercules, to take the lead in that game, excuse me. And Reddles, he had missed that shot. He had to come from the opposite side of the ball, ended up hitting it right on the outside of the post. And then they never really recovered on offense after that. They tried to go to their mark, their demo-heavy game, their physicality, and they were connecting on those demos. There was always another layer for Strictly Business. Even when they were working
I want that necklace.
They always found a way to get back to a touch. Gen.G just couldn't do enough, and then when they did,
I want that necklace.
They weren't able to actually secure it and convert it into a goal. So a missed chance or two from Gen.G, and Strictly Business didn't give them much more in the second half of that game.
Yeah, there's a lot going on as far as both teams are concerned, but for the Gen.G fans out there, obviously, if you kept up with their run yesterday, they looked like a different team than what we're seeing right now, and a lot of that was due, in fact, to Reddles, a player who, for the most part of this particular season in those first two splits, was a little quieter, and yesterday he just blew up, and that felt like what had ramped things up. He led the ranks in goals and shooting percentages as at number 3, where usually it's Cheese who kind of leads this team. And now that Reddles is a little bit more quiet, that big question mark comes up again of, you know, can Gen G keep up with a team that starts to match their pace?
Gotta be able to convert, and you can't let Seamus do this to you. Well, Gen G get pushed back thanks to that touch from Crispy. Everybody was pushed forward. Reynolds tried to take that challenge, and by then, Seamus had already gotten a great touch on the ball. Gets his nose square on it. He's got all the momentum, and it's nigh impossible at that point.
Okay, can you loudly commentate the whole game while I charge my phone on the other side of the room? I have earbuds in. All right. Reynolds going for a thing. Crispy. Going for a thing? Who have I become? Ixo sends it down the pitch. I don't know their names enough to go up. Ball going towards Simmons, sends it towards the net. A save from Magic Bear keeps it from going in. Riding up the wall, Crispy's going to try to get on it. Reddles is looking for an attack, gets the save, clears it away, gets it past Simus, goes around to the corner. It is staying on the Gen G Mobile 1 side of the pitch, but no one wants it to be over there. Cheese is going to clear it back over to Strictly Biz. Good defense from Simus. I think that was Simus because I don't know the other team and who they are. Ixo going to plow it through to the fence. Magic Bear looking to take control. Simus pops up. Slater clears it over. It goes above, off the backboard. No one on the follow-ups. Going to get cleared. She's looking for the goal. Ixo with the save of the century. Goes to the left. Crispy stays on top of it. Sends it over to the pitch. Reddles and Magic Bear are waiting, but there on the follow-up was Ixo, and Strictly Biz is now up 2-0 against Gen G Mobile 1 Racing.
They're wheeling, if you will, and Crispy just drops the
Sorry, it's very hard to suddenly do this when I don't know who people are.
Crispy could see Reynolds the whole time.
I do pick it back up though. I hope that helped.
Gives up the touch, opens up another opportunity for Strictly Business.
Reddles going for the kickoff. Ixo wins it, goes back. Magic Bear carries it up the wall. Looks to clear it around one player. Gets it to the second one. That would be Crispy on top of it. Simus on the follow-up. Man, they are suffocating Gen G right now. They've got to switch something up. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left, and Strictly Business seems to be dominating so far. Magic Bear pops it back up, sends it flying. Simus is going to clear it back over to the net. Reddles takes control, tries to get around Ixo. He does. He's going into the corner. Crispy's waiting on him. Crispy's going to try to pass it out to his teammate. Cheese gets to it first. Tries to get it over to the net. Simus is going to look to carry it across the field. Magic Bear and Reddles are waiting for him. Reddles does not get the clear away from net the way he wants to, but Magic Bear does get the bump against Crispy. Reddles is going to send it flying. Crispy still gets the follow-up. Sorry, I was also eating a hard-boiled egg during all of that. Simus carrying it across the wall, getting it across the corner. Back into the corner, drops it back down. Magic Bear is going to clear it. They've got to apply more pressure. The defense from Strictly Biz right now is absolutely insane. Reddles gets it around him, drops it down. Is it going to go in? No. Cheese is there on the follow-up. Is it going to go in? And it does! Gen G Mobile 1 Racing is now on the board. 2-1 with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. You've gotten better and better. Yep, almost like I'm built for it. Going for the kickoff, 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. Simmons is going to win the kickoff. Not really sure what happened with Reddles there. It seemed like he tried to delay it a bit. Crispy's going to go for the goal. Going to keep control even after Cheese tries to clear it. Strictly Business is getting it awfully close to the net. They're kind of dominating. Magic Bear seems to be going up against the whole team alone. Crispy bullying. Reddles takes control, carries it, looking to get it across the pitch. He's going to meet Simus. Still gets to bounce it back out. Can Cheese get there before Ixo does? He does, but Simus is going to clear it right back over to the Gen G Mobile 1 Racing side of the pitch. Magic Bear is going to stay on top of it. Look to pinch it. It was in sight, but it got cleared. Reddles looking to do good again, and it's tied! Less than 2 minutes, and it's 2-2.
I'm sure Strictly Business thought Seamus's respawn was in
Seamus, not Simus. Good to know. Again, I don't know them.
And Reddles finds that shot opportunity and back
God, I missed it.
Even playing ground into the last 2 minutes.
It's the kickoff. Crispy's going to send it in the corner, drop it back down, pop it back up. Magic Bear's carrying it across the field. 1 minute and 51 seconds left. This is Gen G's opportunity to tie it. She's looking for the opening. Ixo with the save. Crispy clears it away. That was very close. A demo. I couldn't tell who got demoed. Wasn't paying attention. Well, since I died, please revive me. You're alive. You're alive. You're here for RLCS. Clears away, pinches it across the net. Demos cheese off the pitch. Seamus Demos goes for a shot. Reddles is going to clear it away. Pop it back up. Exo's going to be there on the follow-up. It's actually a really good game of Rocket League. Very back and forth. Gonna pop it back down. Tries to get to Reddles. Crispy pops it back up. I really have to sneeze. Magic Bear's going to send it over the net. And it's in! I don't know what happened, but it's in!
Seamus again guilty of turning. He should not be turning up.
It's in. It's in. It's in. Genji Mobile One Racing is now up 3-2 with 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
In game number 1, it certainly just may have cost you the game in game number 2, though. Gotta be a little more aware.
He's looking for a goal. Seamus is going to get the save. Reddles is going to pop it back up to the ceiling. Gets demoed immediately by Seamus actually back over there. Reddles spawns and gets the ball back again. Ixo's looking to find an opportunity here. Crispy's looking to pass it over to his teammates. Both of them are turning around. Seamus is going to find it, but it is not the momentum he wants. He does get it around Cheese. Magic Bear is going to pop it back up to the ceiling. Doesn't really clear it back out. Trying to get it around Crispy. Crispy still gets the touch. Sends it back over to Seamus. Reddles is going to try to pop it back out to him. His teammate, everyone misses like they've never seen a Rocket League ball before. Cheese is going to pop it back up. Try to send it back over to the Strictly Business side of the corner. Pops it back down. Tries to send it down to Seamus. Seamus is going to stick with it. Magic Bear with a good 50 in the air. Tries to pop it back down. Crispy gets it up before they can dive on him. Ixo's trying to clear it away from them. Trying to go over Magic Bear. Is he going to get it around him? Magic Bear's still going to bump it. Get it over to Reddles. Is it in? No, it's a little too far to the left, so Crispy's going to get there. Magic Bear's got the follow-up, though. He's going to try to get to one of his teammates. I don't think he can get it around them. Ixo's going to stay on top of the ball. Widow used to coach? No, Widow used to cast. I've been on Gen G, Kill. I was the one doing the Gen G streams for the past 2 years before this season. Rose, thank you for the lurk. Pops it back down, and Gen G Mobile One Racing takes game 2. That was all for you, Maniac. I'll be depressed about it, and it was all because of you.
Reynolds might be MVP on the scoreboard, but I think both of these games, Magic Bear is creating a lot of the magic for this team right now.
Rose, are you ready for the merch tonight? During our main stream?
A couple of 50-50s. He's starting to get in the head of Strictly Business, where he'll threaten a challenge and he'll either pull off or he'll show you A and he'll give you B instead. And that's worked to the favor of Gen G. And of course, his headhunting was instrumental in game number 2 and helping give his team that lead. And it looked like it was going to go Strictly Business.
No, I said I just missed casting.
I really did. I
Color commentating. Not a play-by-play.
Longer than what they were able to, but of course this all comes back into the fact, Jorby, that these two are much closer than people realize.
I haven't casted a game in forever. That felt amazing, actually.
Hi, Blair! I have to give credit to Strictly Business. They had a rough journey to even get here today. They did not have a single, I don't think Mickey win to get themselves here. So I feel like that set them up.
Guys, reminder.
Right now, Gen G, as time is going on, they're getting a lot more acclimated to this team.
They're
looking a lot more like themselves that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, Strictly Business do not seem like they're going
live on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. And I'm only live until Austin wakes up. Our main stream's at 6.
Good right now. We'll see how it goes. This time, it was a fake kickoff with the quick cheat up from Strictly Business.
We'll talk about it for next season, Beaver.
Implementing different types of kickoffs. Some teams only have one other in the kit, but it seems like Strictly Business, they've got a couple that they like to go to, and well, there you go. Not a kickoff goal, but you got possession here off the corner. And Ixo, Crispy catching Cheese out, expecting that Crispy touch again. He was fooled as he slowed down, giving the opening for Ixo.
Just a nice play all the way around, although sometimes
I wouldn't be able to commit to it right now anyway.
Strictly Business running upfield. Once all three are past the midline, you get a little nervous, but for them it worked out in that situation. The bigger question is, can you do it?
We were able to change our schedules and commit to it last time because of how much I was getting paid. I know you have all the things. Right now, when I'm not making that, Lucas makes the majority of the income, and I need to give him the majority of the time with his schedule, which is understandable.
Decent control by Strictly Business on defense, giving themselves a chance at a 50. A chance to get these clears downfield. They slowly split the half against Gen G. Just that follow-up touch, not an easy one for Cheese to catch up to.
It's been a good stream. I'm in a really good mood. We have our big stream tonight to kick off everything we're doing for March that I'm super excited about.
He knew jumping he was going to get bumped. So he just waited and hoped he got his chance, and the timing for Reynolds there was excellent. Cheese has to make another stop. Magic Bear gets in front of it again. And a pop-up for Reynolds to give Gen G an out on defense. Crispy keeps him locked in. Popped across to the side, but what a stop there from Gen G.
A crazy stop, but you gotta keep on going. Magic Bear.
No, horror game's gonna be tomorrow. I posted in Discord. Horror game's gonna be tomorrow. Because I promised Leo, because of everything, that horror games would be a 12-hour stream. That's tomorrow.
In slowing Gen G down, and Gen G is gonna play a little bit of the safer game here. You see that third man playing a lot.
I might be getting lunch with Ash today. I can't stay like was originally planned. Which is the reason I didn't want to do it today, because I really want to see her. So it might be happening. But we're doing a we're doing an 8-hour stream tonight.
Get Gen G into position. They need this goal right now. Crispy, not a ton of boost in the tank.
Might be Hades 2ing if you're here. But yeah, tomorrow's 12-hour.
Off his mark, barely keeps that ball out. A lot of close chances on these 50-50s that could end up turning into
maybe Hades 2 tonight.
This ball, but simply cannot find a way in through strictly business.
Should we Hades 2 tonight, Blair?
Right now, but
if you'll be here.
Are coming out from all ends of the field. You see Cheese all the way up there trying to be a menace. Reynolds gets demoed off the play. Magic Bear shot is wide. And
yeah.
So when you see
our second stream starts at 6 p.m. Central and goes to 2 a.m.
And Crispy unfortunately doesn't have that same aura right now. Cheese gets
we got big goals. We got St. Patrick's Day decorations. We got big things.
The work had already been done. He doesn't have the boost to actually get up to that challenge. He does his best to try to get there in time, but Reynolds creating that opportunity, and that was after
we have big plans for all of March. I'm super excited. We have the new merch dropping.
Thing that they could not do in game one has not shown up since.
One thing that has been missing for this Gen G team is the ability to close out a lot of the games that they are in. They usually find their footing back, maybe even a lead here or there, but it's the
your eyes full hearts can't lose.
And they're trying to find that lead. Ixo's shot was denied, and Gen G is already on their transition attack here. One touch, disruptive, a minute 36 to go. Time dwindling away towards a scary OT unless somebody can find this last-minute lead.
Strictly business all off the ball. Simos has to hope he gets the challenge, and that's the best work he could have got out of that. Hold from Magic Bear. Flips back around for the dunk. Excellent positioning there as well. The slowdown from Cheese. Gen G really thinking about the approach on the 50s.
Yeah, and isn't it appropriate that we have our Lidl Lee merch coming out? We have one piece of St. Patrick's Day merch coming out, and then the rest is our Lidl Lee merch that Rose hit our goal for.
To easily get them off field. They're known for the bumps and the demos. The shot is wide and the save comes through. No follow-up after that from Ixo. Chris is going to try his hand at it with a half a tank to work with, but this one's still.
Don't forget, Candy and I have our cooking stream on Monday, which since we moved it to March can now be St. Patrick's Day themed.
And it works enough to get past the mid-line. Magic Bear's up to slow it down. Jordan with 30 seconds to go and a wide shot on target. Strictly business or ramping things up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see the demo totals after this game, as Magic Bear has just been killing everybody. Everybody on Gen G at least getting involved, throwing hands. Strictly business, trying to keep things all professional here in the orange half. Cheese across. Simos was able to cut Reynolds off. Now Reynolds lost the ball. No boost for Simos either. Look like something will develop unless Magic Bear's just given the free lane out. And he'll drop the ball, but Ixo doesn't cough up the ball, and we got overtime.
A very intense one at that, because any foot forward past your opposition is going to be a huge amount of confidence into the rest of the series. Again, this is a very close matchup, and the teams realize it, and Gen G has to respect the fact that Strictly Business have really been on top of their game here in this third open qualifier. Both of them still have a foot, a tiny foot, maybe more like a toe in the door towards Birmingham at this point, but they're not out yet.
Out.
Don't stub it on the way in. free lane, but no boost for Ixo. Crispy also trying to get himself in position. Has Crispy ever had boosts in this game? Every time we see him.
I don't think so.
Where's it going, Reynolds? Another opportunity for Reynolds in front of the box, and he doesn't put it on target. Ends up ripping it wide. Ixo drops this down. Pass in front. Crispy will score, but Ixo goes.
Guys, I think we have a series.
You saw low boost in the back end, not only for Magic Bear, but also for Cheese. And Cheese, unfortunately, when he went up and down, that left that net wide open for Strictly Business, and they took an advantage. A game lead in the series now falls to the boys in blue.
Go back to that touch in front of the box. I don't know if she may have grabbed it or not there at the end. It did happen kind of bang, bang, but Reynolds, or I think it was Magic Bear who had set it up, and Reynolds just ripped that ball so wide. And it ends up being off target. It's the transition, and not even
I know, Blur.
15 seconds later, Ixo's doing this.
I believe in the boys, though.
For the same ball, Magic Bear and Cheese, they get off the mark, they get out of sync, and now you're down in the series here. Strictly Business, finding ways to get it done, and not always in the most comfortable of manners. You talked about boost management, but really, you're not just having to fight with your boost totals, you're also fighting with the amount of demos that Gen G were handing out. Strictly Business, they'll throw it back. Not afraid to get chippy themselves, but there was a lot of demos happening for Gen G that just didn't open up the space they were hoping for.
Yeah, right now, I feel like when Gen G goes out of their way for a demo, right, sometimes it not necessarily takes them out of the play, but it does make things a little bit more difficult than if it were to naturally fall into their path. And
I believe in the regain. I always believe in the regain.
Those demos are coming right into their path, right?
Hey mods, are any of you better at finding files that have been sent in Discord, like specifically in mod chat?
That they were able to pull off with that. Gen G,
I haven't been able to find my portable drive that has been holding all of my stuff since we got home, which is why there's been no Whittle Wiggle, because that was on a drive that it always picked up from, so that my computer stopped being things, so I can't find my Wiggle file. But it was originally sent from Corndog in mod chat. But I'm really bad at finding it. Would any of you be able to find the file in mod chat for me and just like reply to it and I can download it?
You've done a lot of the work in the game. You know, you're absolutely right. They're doing a lot of the things right. But you said it yourself, right? Closing these games has been an issue for Gen G. It's continuing to be an issue here against Strictly Business.
Well,
actually, that's a really good idea. I've looked every other way and like sorting my files, except I can't open Discord right now because my taskbar is not opening. Oh, I can't open anything because I just minimized it.
A match point if they collect another win here. This 150's back into the hands of Cheese, and these challenges from Strictly Business are so much quicker than they were before. Even in the beginning moments,
Task Manager made it work. Cool. Opening Task Manager made it work again. Yeah, could you do that again, Maniac?
Crispy was trying for the undercarriage double tap reset.
If it's easy, if not, I will.
High percentage chance there of that. Still Cheese will grab this.
Mobile and eating. Okay. Info.
I think Gen G, really, everything that they've done has been fun. You know, I don't think there's any issue with the tactics.
Can't find it that way.
Or anything like that. Their approach to the game. And
From?
It really comes down to the execution at the very end of it. I think Magic Bear has been having a really solid series too. And one where if he's playing well, you got to be able to capitalize on that. But Ixo couldn't quite catch that bounce as it ripped up to the top of his nose.
That one just a little bit off, and Magic Bear just lobbed it for Cheese to try and catch. Unfortunately for him, he got beat out. And I mean, you said it best. Magic Bear has really been having a standout series, and Cheese is going to take his turn at this one. A player that we've seen score what feels like 1,000,000 times at most.
Gen G.
One goal in particular gives Gen G Mobile 1 the confidence in this game, number 4.
Yeah, good shot from Cheese. Had to be well placed. Because you saw how well CMOS was able to cover the net there. So he put that one top corner. Another fake kickoff. If I'm Gen G, I'm just assuming first man's not going for that ball on the kickoff. They haven't. I think the last like 5 or 6 kickoffs for Strictly Business, it has been some form of first man faking the touch. And
oh God! Every time someone sends,
that's probably one adaptation they can make. Is you got to play off of that and call them on. Like, fine, you're not going to play that first, and try to adjust to that kickoff. Try to get an advantage there. You have the lead here. You know that may not last forever here with how Strictly Business have been playing. And, well, case in point, Hercules, CMOS over the entire team will pick up the game-tying goal.
It's just another catch out. A little bit of hesitation there from Reddles too allowed CMOS the opportunity to just throw it. And so long as it is on target, it is probably going to
start at page 106
at this point. A tight game, not the worst position to be in for Gen G, but if you're Strictly Business, you are excited. This is the momentum.
Oh my God, it's just messages and messages of Pie Man.
Sitting in net with that boost.
What happened to my commentary? I'm sorry. It makes me sad.
Gives Gen G an opportunity to try and score.
Nobody available there, just a time-buying touch, and CMOS just beats everybody. Double tap.
It makes me sad.
Momentum catches all of Gen G out here. An easy give and go down the middle of the field. Magic Bear tried to time it. Good luck, buddy.
That is just unfortunate timing. At that point, you were just outplayed entirely, and Strictly Business take the
going away again. Fine.
Again. This time in
game
number 4, can Gen G steal it back?
Hi, Jeremy.
Now they're being slowed down. Cheese, not quite a great touch as Magic Bear throws it up into the sky. There is no
I casted one game for you. I'm sorry.
There you have it, Jorby. He wanted Magic.
Gen G is tied again.
And you got it.
They're not over yet.
A little pixie dust in the hat to get the wish that you're looking for, and Magic Bear pops out of it and will help them. It was a great touch forward. Magic Bear had to use all.
I'll try to find it later.
Get the momentum to catch up to that.
I wanted to turn him into a St. Patrick's Day wiggle.
However, off the kickoff, immediately Strictly Business were maybe making Gen G sweat a little bit. They're certainly not making it easy, are they?
They definitely are not this time. A missed demo means all 3 members of Gen G Mobile 1 get to stay alive. Riddle's throwing himself upfield. The boost steal could come in favor, but there was no bump on the play out in the path.
Who's going to be here for our 6 p.m. Central stream?
If it does fall into your lap, you do have to make connection on it. That's those little aspects of luck, right, that should be helping you push forward, but Cheese thankfully far back enough to make the catch and slow down the Strictly Business attack.
Nothing really developed for Gen G on offense, and now they have to use a lot of resources on this defensive stand. Reddle's forced to turn around. Strictly Business.
4.5 hours.
To get control of this ball. Their biggest flaws in this match have really just been in their rotation and their ability to get back in time. And case again, Gen G get there on the transition. They make the most of it here with Reddle's challenge. He stuffs the ball. CMOS tries to come down, and then Magic Bear doesn't just dunk 1, he dunks 2 down through the tank, and Gen G have another lead.
We called them out on their patience. We were like, these are veterans. You should know when to slow down. And that was a perfect example of it from Magic Bear. Now a 1-goal lead off the kickoff. This ball in favor of Gen G. Magic Bear tries to throw it. Reddles is going to stay a little bit further back as this one's tried to get cleared. And as we count
I understand
down,
that it's late for you guys. 100%.
Target, a demo in net. Gen G just barely holding on to this 1-goal lead.
Having to watch CMOS move downfield again. No pass connected. Crispy will hold the ball to buy time for CMOS actually coming off Gen G's back wall. Foot down. 2 committed from Gen G, and CMOS will catch it again. Trying to float this ball as long as possible. Another 50. Magic Bear can't find Reddles. He had no boost.
See you soon, Zenish.
Denied for now. CMOS has to race back.
Oh!
Gen G kind of run into each other, then Cheese gets bumped on his way back to the ball. Ixo demos Cheese out. In the last 30 seconds, Strictly Business, you thought they might have had a play there, but somehow Gen G got this ball back in the blue.
Right now, Gen G Mobile 1 have the resources to hold on
for
the
my
next
goodness.
15 seconds, but it's possession that's the difference maker. This one goes back. Reddle's already
Gen G has
there.
this
He's
one.
Gonna try and waste this time. He fakes the
We
reset,
have a
tries to go
series,
under,
chat.
and it keeps Strictly Business back just enough. 1 second, a shot and a dream denied. This one
Told you.
hits the
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go throw away my salad.
I'm
I'm trying to get better at throwing away my stuff the second I'm done. So I'll be right back.
With under a second left, that's what shocked me for a minute.
You know my water bottles because our water filter's not working and I have to buy a Brita.
They are forcing Gen G to work as hard as possible to get it done. You had what? You had about 8 shots from Strictly Business there, and 3 saves from Cheese alone. And not so heavy in the demo category this time for Gen G. Only 3 total demos in this game. But thanks to Magic Bear, 2 huge touches from him. This one in particular. Look how far he had to stretch to get back to that ball. Somehow Strictly Business, nobody was there for that challenge. I don't even think they believed that Magic Bear was going to get back to that. And they kind of froze on it. And then obviously the double dunk for Magic Bear helps get them through. And the Bears come out of hibernation as we are coming near the end of winter, Hercules.
Oh yeah, he's coming on out. I mean, right now, every time we have seen this team, it feels like one player on Gen G Mobile 1 usually stands out further from the rest. It's when all 3 are not necessarily peaking, but just playing at their full potential. That's the version of this roster that could take, you know, an entire major. But unfortunately for them, right now, Ruddles is a little bit further, Cheese a little bit further than Magic Bear, and Strictly Business are decently equal with each other right now, although series in general is tied. Next game winner will claim match point.
Gen G done enough work to tie this up. It's not just one game you gotta win.
Something about this is not tight anymore, and I don't understand.
Certainly giving you the bang for your buck if you were hoping for a close one. I'm sure Gen G fans, it's nothing new, although I'm sure they're hoping for something new, something easy for once. But hey, that's part of being a fan. Ixo and Crispy cut off here.
There we go.
At times,
a lot of people I see have been doing the thing where the mic arm is behind the monitors and comes over, but I don't know if it would pick me up the same, which is what I'm worried about.
They need that again here for Strictly Business, as Ixo's just trying to buy some time on defense.
Crispy went up for his challenge. Good.
Also, side note really quick, do you guys like this camera angle?
Has no boost in the tank,
or do you like it more to the side?
Which means Magic Bear, the one that's kind of been starring out,
like more showing what's on the table.
In the possession of Gen G. 3:54 on the clock right now. First minute scoreless feels like a little bit of
okay, so the camera's good. So I have to,
when
when I put my lights up, I have to put them around the camera. I just want to make sure we like where we're at.
Even enough to open up a clear path against the strength of the Strictly Business defense.
Yeah, he's like the bear plow in this series. Always screening across.
Like before I start adjusting my lighting and my lights and everything, I want to make sure we like where we are.
You connect on so many of those bumps, and the fact that you weren't able to convert on
my lights are gonna go
how many
there.
of those have happened throughout the series. But that is a testament as well to Strictly Business.
Hi BH, I missed you.
How Gen G has missed a couple of their opportunities.
I missed you. How are the babies? How is Mama?
In particular, that I'm talking about. Other than that, though, Strictly Business's defense has. Well, they've held up. They've passed the test for the most part. CMOS trying to get it through right now.
I'm sorry it's been hectic.
Backwards. Not much
I hope a good
unless Crispy just
from that though.
Back at the ball, which he will.
Welcome back. We love you.
CMOS took this one into the corner. There's that close play behind each other that I was talking about from Strictly Business. Cheese pops this one up.
Hi decoys, I've missed you too. So many people I've missed.
Back into his hands. It's one to the other, but a takeaway from Magic Bear and a reset forward down isn't in, but it's an insane attempt from Gen G.
Crispy on the point with no boost again.
I hope you get answers too. It's been a really long process. How are you doing? I'm in a really good mood today. This is a shorter stream in the morning. I know we're at about 2 hours, but I'm just streaming RLCS until Austin wakes up. And then we have our main stream at 6 p.m. Central tonight. We have our main stream at 6 p.m. Central tonight. And that'll be our kickoff of March. We'll have our St. Patrick's Day decorations. We'll have our clovers that you can get your name on. We'll have our new marker board for the month. We'll have all of our goals and vibes and energy, and we'll talk about the month and so much more there. But this is me. I wanted to hang out with you guys during RLCS. You like the setup as is? Okay, perfect. The mirror is just a placeholder because all of my lights are going to be like stretching this hole in the mirror. Mirror's useless in here. It's just in there so you don't see a big blank wall. I miss that mirror in my bedroom.
It's just hard to really get the ball in a solid position to push it forward when every time
I enjoy it. So the TV being in the background used to be the biggest part of my setup in every iteration. It used to be the biggest part of my setup everywhere. In every iteration of the room, I always had a TV in the background. What the fuck?
There's a lot going on there, and Gen G better be putting their hands together saying thank you to the Rocket League gods in that moment. The demo comes through, Magic Bear off the backboard, Exo, Crispy are all discombobulated at one. How did that not find its way in?
Just sorry, I wasn't color commentating. An absolutely unbelievable save on the goal line. I need commentary. Are you not listening to the commentators?
Getting that save. But with 30 seconds left, it's still 0-0.
I'm sorry, on me. Reynolds pinches it off the wall, goes. Crispy's gonna get the save. They're back in the corner. It's stuck between Crispy and Exo. The whole team for Strictly Biz seems to be in one spot. Seamus is gonna try to clear it up. Magic Bear went up for the save, but they made it around him. Reynolds is trying to stick on top of it. Seamus is going to dive it back. We have 8 seconds left, and we are still 0-0 both teams. Magic Bear's going towards the net, trying to get it over Exo. Exo's gonna get the save, but Cheese is on the follow-up and scores a goal with 3 seconds left. Gen G Mobile 1 Racing has 1-0. Strictly Biz. Exo thought he popped it up, but Cheese was there and dunks it in. 3 seconds, and Gen G Mobile 1 Racing might take the series lead and put them on match point. Back into the corner, Reynolds clears it, and Gen G Mobile Racing takes the game, and they are now on match point in the series.
We have been waiting to see this team actually close out a game properly, and
of course it's for the Gen G match too, man.
Because in those last few moments, Dorby, that last minute were Strictly Business, they were all in their face. There was, it felt like, all right, if there was a time for a goal to go in for Strictly Business, it should have been there. And like you said, Magic Bear pulling off miracle after miracle play for this team. Gen G.
Did you miss it, chat?
I think he thought Reynolds was gonna go for it, or whoever was backing him up there.
Did you miss it, Maniac? Did that help?
That again, and then he realized, he's like, oh wait, that's gotta go in. I gotta turn back in and make that save.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Maniac?
Like that, and you make a miscue like that, that ball's into the net. It's straight down dead eye center. And somehow he makes
Guys, can we make that number an even on the daily sub goal? Can we make that a 10? No, don't clip that!
Entire game from Gen G. The first half of this series, it was
no!
Just explosions.
Don't you fucking dare!
I don't know if Michael Bay's still directing films or not. That might be the oldest.
Illegal!
Either way, like they haven't been
illegal.
Doing the back half of this series. Post timeout, it has been a lot.
Can I get 2 subs for that violation and to make it
control the pace of the game?
And to make it
trying to delete everybody on the
and even on the daily.
Rotate yourself into a transition goal.
What did I just join into?
Just
Content.
Control the pace of play.
But I am gonna remind you that this stream only goes until Austin wakes up, and then our main stream is at 6 p.m. Central.
They don't have to overdo it. Gen G aren't overdoing it
but
right
it's
now,
kept
and it's working.
Illegal.
Exactly. I feel like the biggest thing you ever see online or conversation that surrounds this Gen G Mobile 1 roster is the MO for the team has always been demos. Of course, we have a player like Reynolds on that team who's literally been known.
Wait, Ash, did you text me back?
The demos, you just expect it. So when they do something,
you dumb bitch,
like slow
text me back.
Play a little bit more, you know, methodically. Now you're sitting there as Strictly Business going, well, am I gonna get demoed on this interaction, or are they just gonna come at me, or is somebody gonna go around me? And it adds a little bit more, you know, an element of surprise, I guess you can say, to the Gen G Mobile 1 team that otherwise, when they are playing like that, like they did in games 1 and 2, they feel a little less predictable. So Strictly Business down by 1 in the series. Match point though for Gen G Mobile 1.
No, I'm so upset.
Gen G,
that is a violation.
They do love themselves a.
We are locked in. Okay, so you're here. I don't have to commentate anymore.
Game 7s.
I miss Widow commentary days.
I'm sure 6 would be just fine for them here. Strictly Business have definitely made things difficult. That last game, outside of that one opportunity that Magic Bear was able to take away
it would
from
still
them
help
when he gave it to them. They haven't really been able to generate much more out of it. So how do you respond now that Gen G have locked things down and have played a lot more consistently behind this ball?
Cat, that means the world to me.
Straight up wins the touch. Reynolds wants cheese, but he has no.
March is going to be the best month of our lives. March is always a great month for me.
I wish that happened to me more often.
Can you guys believe that it's been 3 years since the uncapped subathon?
Why in the world are you passing this to me? I have no boost.
It worked in their favor at the end of it, and right now Strictly Business are doing what we've seen so many times in the past, just holding back.
This month,
you know, is like 10 shots from Gen G at this point. They're just throwing themselves
3 years.
And Strictly Business, the difference maker has been, you know, you're not in your half anymore. And now
okay, well, you're new.
Bumping off the play.
But I did
Strictly Business,
you are a baby. You guys believe it's been 3 years?
And the only player with boost
Maniac, you're almost to 6 years.
For another second. Underneath the rotation.
That's when I started watching. That's when I got a lot of new people. Come on, Gen G, close it. It's been 3 years. Let's make $17,000 this month, too, guys. Deal?
Strictly Business could do about it. Got whittled down there by Gen G.
Such a beautiful play too from Cheese. I gotta give that man his flowers right there. That is a.
Did you start during the subathon too, Floki?
Is the one making the difference on this team.
No, you would have started right before it.
His debut on this roster,
Lucas won 600K? No. No. Our friend Wolfgang won 600K today.
The Magic Bear is gonna show him who's boss.
Oh, Gen G is running it close. Maniac, you're about to hit 6 years.
Yeah, good luck surviving.
Looking back, FLG, Loki.
Magic Bear having a great series. Even in the games Gen G had lost, thought he had.
All right, guys, let's do it. Let's make $17,000 this month too.
Do something with this ball. He's even right there. The 50 gets away from the Strictly Business.
Someone do some math. $17,000 divided by how many days are this month?
Beautiful communication too, because he landed a little.
How many days are in March? 30 or 31.
Back takes another shot. That bottom right corner seems to be a favorite, and if Strictly Business recognize that, things might slow down a tiny bit. But for now, a
31.
3-0 lead this early on is a recipe.
Hey Siri. What is $17,000 divided by 31?
You're not stressing out as
you're welcome.
Someone's going absolutely well. Okay, well, okay.
We have to make $548 a day.
You know what?
I almost cursed your boys, but there you go. They get another goal. See, you
definitely did. Thank you, Reynolds, because you know, as the resident Gen G supporter, even in a game 6, it's never enough. A 4-0 lead is a little bit more comfortable, but you know, for the 30,000 delusional people out there that think, you know what, we're gonna
I make $3 per sub.
Delusional in a respectful way. I'm with them. Okay.
Hey Siri.
Respectfully, you're delusional.
What is 548 divided by 3?
The GK run, right? Or the GK run, excuse me. So, I mean, there's an aspect of
we need 183 subs a day. Deal, chat.
Might even be one better than the GK run if I could pull something like that off. It's the first of many games for Gen G. And again, ad nauseum, as we've said it about 1,000,000 times, I'll say it 1,000,001. Gen G, to make the major, they not only have to win the entire event, but they need one of complexity to finish 5th or 6th, or Space Station to finish top 4 or worse.
Well, valid. He's right.
Win. And very comfortable indeed here on Neo Tokyo. A 5-0 scoreline, but You know, Strictly Business.
Oh, because we were just saying, we were talking about how 3 years ago was the uncapped subathon, which is crazy to think about. But then I was like, let's also make $17,000 this month, like we did during the subathon. And then I was like, what would I need to make a day to do that? And that's $548 a day. Which, if it's just subs, is what did I just say?
And he missed 2
what did I just say? 184 subs a day.
Really helpful when you make mistakes in a game like this, and when every single series matters for your major hopes. The fact that you come out and you're able to adjust, that's what you got to be able to hang your hat on. That's something Gen G as a team, you hear Raw Greg talk about it all the time. That's something that they do, kind of make themselves their personality on, is adjusting and always reviewing and getting better and getting to the next game and being better than you were yesterday. And I think within this series, they showed that. They showed how they adapted and were able to right the wrongs that they made in this series alone.
Good morning, Gil. How we vibing?
You know how thin the margins are, and you're looking for that hope. I think there it is right there as they start their journey here.
How did we sleep?
38 seconds between Gen G, Mobile One Racing, and a win that means everything, not only to them, but to the fans out there. There was a lot of hope that was lost after them not making it into the main event of the second open. And now, of course, in true Gen G fashion, they have to do the impossible. And right now, they are on their way to attempting to do it. I talked about having a foot in the door or a toe in. They now at least have 2 as they find a win that was much needed against Strictly Business here on Saturday.
Yeah, 2 feet and a full car.
It was great.
Congratulations to Gen G for surviving in the playoffs and moving on in the tournament. Strictly Business. Fun to watch them maybe play that spoiler upset. And they certainly had a lot of fun plays in there. Nothing short of entertaining in the first half of that series. Post timeout, Gen G really didn't give Strictly Business too much to work with.
Are you guys up now, Beaver?
That were plaguing Strictly Business. Crispy never seeming to have boost when it mattered. CMOS ball watching his third man. EXO having a play or 2.
I do the same thing, Sinus, man. I have my gallon jug, which I can't fill right now because my water filter's not working. I have that giant ass jug. And I hate sipping it through the straw. It's so much easier just to take the lid off.
Trying to force that physical game to work.
It is so much easier to just take the lid off.
Really did have a solid series. I don't think he did anything like crazy special. I just think every time his name was called,
someone send me a Brita.
Play good enough to give his team a chance to make the next step. And that's all you can really ask for in Rocket League when you're behind the ball. You don't have to
the freeze.
You don't have to make the 1v.
Did they just cut them off? Did they just commercial break the casters? They just commercial break the casters? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh yeah, I spilled that glass of wine. Chat, this is your reminder to put your mouse pad, if you have a large one or a cloth one, in your washing machine today and wash it. Mine needs to be washed. Wash your mouse pads. Clean. My keyboard is awful. However, I might have gotten a new one that I get to show you guys on stream soon. I mean, you guys pointed out when I use my comically large jug. Press play. Press play. Okay. I'm saving the planet, yes. You've got me. Okay, we got a couple minutes, so I'm gonna go stretch my legs and do my stand-ups. Everybody else should too. You should spam some Charmanders first. And then you should go stand up and move your legs for like at least 1 minute and get your blood flowing. Thank you for the big wiggle. Thank you for the bits. I love you. And then we root for Beaver. We root for Pirates on a Boat. Get your legs moving, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hello. Hola. Ah. We have returned. What I miss? Some spanking, some kissing, some slappings. Thank you for another drop. You're so welcome. Doing my civic duty here.
Anyways, production might be able to mute my mic, but they can't mute my mouth. I can yap forever. I don't need to breathe. You know, Gen G, they win the game. They got it done in 6 against Strictly Business. We got Leaf with Reynolds on the interview.
I'm glad we could get the end of Jorby's spiel there. Welcome on. Hey, Slater, how you doing, man? You got first win of the day. You feeling good about it? No.
Nope.
Oh, his mic's off, eh? Uh-oh. He's just gonna look around. Can you make us a funny face? That's pretty good. Okay, so
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, his mic's on. He can't hear Leaf.
I don't know sign language. Reynolds can't hear me right now.
I'm gonna act like I know how the interview's going.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You asked me how the series went.
Yeah.
Great for my teammates. Horribly for me. It was just one of those days. It just. I struggled. I felt it as soon as I woke up. It was just a bad day for me. Thankfully, I have 2 great teammates that, you know, good people as well, great people even, and they definitely put me on their back today, mentally and in game. I wasn't there all the way, and you know that's something I kind of pride myself on being. Today wasn't my day, so you know I appreciate both of them.
NA production again.
They know, and you know if this series, if I played like that against anyone else in the top 8, it's not gonna be a win. So. For me, in the next 24 hours, it's just preparing, getting ready for tomorrow, and, you know, playing better.
Now, the question is, can you see me?
Me? You can't hear you, but you can hear me.
But you can see me.
Maybe sign it?
Okay.
I can.
Okay, so
maybe like
in this
the series
matchup,
score, 4-2.
You and them were 3-0.
3-0. 3-0.
3-2. What happened?
I'm gonna pay. They just need they need to bring back the whiteboard.
This regional? Okay, got it. Coming to the regional, it was tough because, you know, we're in a spot where we underperformed the first 2. You know, underperforming is for us not beating the teams that are going to the major. You know, beating everyone else is nice, of course, but we want to be one of those 4 major teams. So it was, you know, kind of a reality check for us. And I think from, you know, Split 2, FIFA E, and even the first 2 regionals, we were a little comfortable just kind of submitting to the top team. So it was like, oh, okay, let's go in.
Such personality. It's why everyone loves him.
It wasn't like, okay, let's go in.
He goes with it. He's not just sitting there like freaking out about tech issues. He's talking about it.
And, you know, it works when you're playing lower teams. It works when you're playing a Strictly Business or, you know, an Omelet or a Pioneers or a Deleted or the other teams we beat, you know, this regional or this split. But it does not work against a 9 lives, an Ultimates, an NRG complexity. You have no chance. So that's kind of what we've been working on the last 2 weeks. It's kind of just like bringing the game to them. And I know it sounds super simple. It's not. We're just working on dominating.
Arsenal would have handled it well.
So I think this is fun. So I'm going to do one more in this situation. I think production might relay this. How daunting is a long run like this to be able to qual for Birmingham? It's a very hard journey. And how hard is it mentally to stay locked in?
You know, it's kind of fun.
Arsenal would have handled it.
Stuff like this in the esport. I think our team, you know, if you asked me this an hour ago,
Jack would have handled it well too. He would have been a little bit more professional.
I don't want to, you know, make this entire interview about myself, but my teammates were perfect today. They both played great. They both acted great. They were, you know, top tier teammates, and I kind of let them down. So it's all about, you know, getting back. Tomorrow's the big day. We squeaked through today, and thankfully we don't have another series today because I don't know, like, if I can handle it personally, but I'm really excited for tomorrow. It's time to, you know, take this day to rest up and get ready.
So I gotta say, thank you, much love, and good luck going forward.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
I love it. Master class in interviews. Love Reynolds Bates. What a great guy. A perfect person to have in a situation like that, too.
Perfect person. I mean, listen, I was just looking at Slater, and I just see him, man. I was like, man, Slater, you get a little up there in age. I can tell.
You say you're getting up there in age?
Listen, I'm glad he came out and said it. Kyle was going to say it for him. what I expect from Slater,
Illegal.
No matter what, it's the hype, the energy, and just a ferocity. And I was looking at the camera, and I wasn't really seeing that much. Cheese would be emoting, he'd be excited, he'd be hyped up, and Slater, he just seemed like he was trying to get into it, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't really there mentally, and he kind of talked on that, and that's good. He really gave a lot of credit to Magic Bear and Cheese, who I thought played really solid. And listen, that was a big W, because strictly business, it was an ugly series. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
GG, they ended up making it through.
It's interesting because after yesterday, I mean, Reynolds came out with
illegal.
Looking like the best in his team. I think he was number 3 in a multiple different stats coming out of.
If he is old, what does that make me? Actually, don't answer that. I don't care about your opinion.
Yeah, no, this, again, I talked about it during the series. Genji Mobile 1 is one of those teams where usually one player is like at some sort of a super high and somebody's at a low, and it was off, but I mean, I respect it. You know, the fact that Magic Bear and Cheese were able to do a couple makeups there, you know, congrats to them. And hopefully things are a little bit better for Ruddles tomorrow. Yeah, and you know, he shouldn't be too down on himself. It definitely is hard when you know your teammates are playing good, but that drive is hopefully going to carry him through. They got a long run, and as you can see by the points, so many other teams do as well. We have 2 more matches for you today here on the North American Open 3 Saturday.
Is he 24? Slater's 22.
Things up, but up next we have Pirates on a boat facing off against Space Station.
Slater's 22. He just turned 22 last month.
In the first one, and then fell.
His birthday's the day after Austin. Well, no, 2 months ago now.
Try to say no. We know we can do this.
Yes. So this team is kind of had the same experience that Genji had, except they set themselves up so much better in that first open. They went all the way to the grand finals against NRG, where they fell, but it was a very close series. So everybody got to see what this team truly was capable of. It's more so eyes on Poab to be like, all right, are y'all prepared to go up against an SSG that is actually playing to their potential?
Yeah, no, Bates, I mean, that's the thing is I love the players on this team. These guys, they're all fun guys.
You should.
Can fun bring them through, you know, an SSG that's looking good?
Do you mean RLCS?
What's Poab
I can ask Devin.
On their side that's going to allow them to contest?
Well, I mean, listen, let me say this. This SSG squad, we're going to yap about it, but this Poab squad another time.
I can ask Devin for you if they don't have your car on broadcast. Do you mean on broadcast?
SSG, and they also lost to Poab, I believe, a week ago in the Swiss. So I mean, Poab, they've got the necessary talent on the roster in order to get the job done. It's just a matter of if they can. They ended up dropping the complexity yesterday.
Yeah, let me message Devin.
Okay, complexity. They're also up in this. I still don't know what to call this. The upper side of the bracket in this GSL format. So Poab has quality. They have players that can compete at the highest level. And SSG, they're not necessarily the most consistent team. They made it to the grand finals once, missed out the second time completely, and now they're back again. And I think that just we're seeing this wave of SSG just from yesterday. But Rocket League is a day-by-day game. So just for us to even go on here and say that Poab, they ain't got the necessary skill, they definitely got the skill. They're going to have fun, like you said, and it's going to be on SSG to really show the rest of the world that they're one of the best teams in the game.
Hey, well, the progressive fan vote is still up, so who's it going to be, Poab or SSG? Do we think SSG got what it takes to run the whole time, or is Poab, one of the other NRG killers, going to be able to lock this one in? They still both have the second life. The question is, analysts, what do you guys think? I mean, Bates, you're saying the possibility for Poab to take this is there. The question is, you're going to follow through on it?
I'll message 2 people.
Like predictions? Like about predictions?
Devin and Murdy, even though I know it's not Murdy anymore.
I do believe that they're the better team. They should be able to handle business, but Poab, they're a quality. It just should be going probably about at least Neo Tokyo, maybe an Aqua Dome or Aqua, whatever that field's called. That's not Aqua Dome. Yeah, that one.
If either of them are the right person, I will just connect them with you. I'm just not going to connect them with you if they're not the right people.
SSG Arc has to be my pick here. I mean, I'm loving what they're seeing. I believe in the skill and the ceiling they have. They just have to play to that ceiling.
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially after what we saw from them in the qual, I think any team who missed out on any event, right, the next one they come back in, they're going to be so much more motivated and play like themselves. And this 80-20, I feel is pretty along the lines. So, yeah, I'm behind SSG as well.
Well, we'll find out how it goes now as we get into our second to last matchup of the day. Poab has the chance to take down SSG, but the youngins on the other side looking to come in hot on today after taking an NRG for real. Can they make the rest of the bracket run?
I sent Beaver.
There are 2 types of ships in the world.
I'm sorry I do things on stream that aren't fully focused, but as you guys have learned, if I don't do them on stream right then, I will not remember to do them afterwards.
Really would play spoiler here by taking down that space station team stacks.
I won't remember to do them afterwards.
They're trying to do so with an emphatic tone and trying to cause an earthquake here in North America.
Game 1 brought to you by Progressive as we get to the upper bracket here on Moving Day, Saturday, where again we take all these long shots and see can they make some
Hey, do I still have time? I forgot.
Alive. Pirates on a boat.
No!
Slightly easier time of it, but you're up against a space station team that has kind of been feast or famine here this opening split, Jorby. Great in the first open, and great here, Frosty with the double.
Yeah, that's a called shot to start for Frosty. They have the back wall open, and 5-up, honestly, a good try to get up there and block it, but Frosty will put it in, and back when this team was the Snowmen last season, Stacks, and they burst out and surprised everybody with that top 4 finish that they got in spring, or in winter, I believe it was. Everyone thought we'd see them again, and they fizzled out, but they never made it back. This is different this time. Sure, you fizzled out in
I was about to say, Scribbles is literally a baby.
Doing so against Short, locking #1 seed NRG 3-0. You can take as little stock in that as you want, but still showing you how much Space Station are trying to get back to that form. This team is fun when they are clicking. And if they can put it together consistently, they might be one of the most dangerous teams, not just here in North America.
I'm sure 5-up will appreciate you glossing over the wide open net miss with nothing but free real estate in front.
Yeah, I gloss over
You'll not be so lucky with me,
Stacks. You know, I'm still getting
They have hockey and fire. NA production today.
I mean, we saw it in the first series of the day too. Open nets seem to be the hardest one to hit.
Yeah,
and you can't afford to make mistakes like that with the margins for error being as slim as they are for the teams that have made those mistakes. Creams can't get a second touch here, and Hockey needs one more touch to try and center this, and the defense from SSG just too quick. But now you have to kind of overcome the mental block of, all right, this game should be tied. We're still against what has proven to be, I think, an elite team in North America, one of the teams that should be representing NA in Birmingham. How do we recover from that now and not let this get out of hand? This is not a good start with Scribbles almost putting one in.
To be fair to Scribbles there, he was having to play a timing read there as it came back towards him. He was in position for it.
My cam's in the way?
If you're going to be in position there, make the play. Make the play. Off the bar and out, though, and well, maybe even 5-up can at least hang his hat on.
There's no way. When I put my camera up top, I cover the boost.
Able to get that clear out before Space Station.
When I put my camera to the right, I cover the circle boost. There is no good place for me to put my camera here. When I put my camera in the middle, people say I take up too much space.
Top 6 or worse. I'd have to double check my notes on that. But long and short, they have to also win the entire event. And we all know the likelihood of that. But either way, that's most of the teams not named Ultimates or Space Station as far as their major hopes are concerned.
Yeah, Space Station, after giving NRG all they could ask for and then some throughout the entirety of the split, it would be almost unfathomable to not have them.
I can just hide the sub
representing the region in Birmingham.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Ball right up to Creams, and Scribbles jumps in the way. And 5-up through traffic, able to find Creams, but we're seeing almost exactly the same thing we saw with Pioneers against Ultimates. Every time
I will go middle.
At Pirates, their boost totals tend to be pretty low. They're just not able to continue their pressure. It's reveal, beaten out by Hockey. 5-up, looking for Hockey. He's got a full tank now. Frosty's there. Scribbles hangs tough and makes the stop. Only one more to beat, and reveal does.
Yeah.
That's a great transition play from Space Station.
I didn't make it bigger. I just moved it up.
Wide open in the middle of the field. Creams, I mean, you're in a tough spot as third man there after both of your teammates lose the same challenge. You're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. And that was after Stacks. You were talking about how they don't really have the boosts to do what they want. And then when Hockey gets boosted a free ball, he gets bumped from behind by Frosty, and Space Station create that opportunity, and they're clicking really well right now. A minute left, there's a third goal on the table. Nice catch.
This is beautiful. I mean, everybody's a threat. You always have to have your head on a swivel. This time it's Scribbles. Everybody shoots.
Hey, that one dude.
Scores. A goal and an assist each for all three members of SSG. This is just talk about being greater than the sum of your parts. And they are already on paper a very strong roster.
You know, the guy on this team that people probably talked about the least last season and even this season in Open 1 was Reveal. I think Reveal tends to have those quietly consistent games where he's kind of facilitating all of that play and ability that you have between Scribbles and Frosty. He's sitting as third man right now, waiting for a 50 out. He sees Creams, who has no boost, and
yes, I was like,
to stay, and that'll give 5 up a free touch out. It's enough for Space Station. They get it out back to the opposite side of the rotation. Pirates continue to find holding on to this ball and holding on to their boost. As you had mentioned at the start of the game, a real struggle. This has felt pretty easy for Space Station.
And that backboard has not been.
It's a best of 7. We saw what happened last series.
The dotted lines, and nothing's going to go the way of Pirates on a boat here in Game 1 as Space Station Gaming throws a shutout as they try to send him down to the lower bracket.
Little man's taking a 3-hour nap. That's the reason I've gotten to hang out with you guys so
NRG in that grand final. Like this is how good they can be. T-Bates, he said, you know, Pirates is not as one-sided as like some people out there might think. But after Open 1, a lot of people are thinking, well,
you've been an SSG fan since I've been on SSG.
That can contend against the likes of NRG.
Even though you didn't follow me until I was already off of SSG.
Against Pirates. If this Game 1 is indicative of the rest of the series as well, I think Space Station are making a statement right now that Open 1 is not a fluke. So that's what we're all waiting for. We're all waiting to see, was that just your peak? You know, we've seen tons of teams go for one open, have a great time, get a top 4, we never see you again. It happened to this Snowmen Now Space Station team last season. Now here we are, and they're stomping a team that before you'd probably have them about the same level on. And it doesn't seem like that's the case anymore.
13 shots out of Space Station, and for Pirates on a boat now, they need to figure out, okay, that's not sustainable. How do we get a little piece of that pie? Because you cannot get outshot 13-5 against this team and hope to have any amount of success whatsoever. New game here in game number 2, fresh slate. But boy, things have to be dramatically different. Remember, they had a couple looks. One, a wide open net you couldn't possibly miss. They found a way. Got to overcome all of that now for the rest of the series.
That's a She Ran Twitch. Yes,
sometimes
we did.
Demon can hang over you like the sword of Damocles, where you're
yes, we did.
It happens and you can feel it hanging over your head, and your death feels inevitable. Can't have that
yes, we
sword
did.
hanging over your head here if you're 5 up. You definitely just got to move on for it in game 2. And Creams, when you get a free touch like that, you have to get that follow-up 50, and the shot was on target this time for 5.
Oh, they had an opportunity
as well. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing from Pirates on this push. The thought behind their attack behind the ball, but actually holding on to it is a different story.
Oh, Frosty knocked into next week. Hockey picked his spot low, and still Reveal got over for it. Great concentration out of the SSG defense, even when things went awry, and they're out of harm's way for now.
Good job to get that ball back to Creams as well. Reveal covers it up, though, and pretty much takes away the possession. Now Frosty has a chance to challenge Hockey out. He'll stop the ball. Scribbles gets a demo as well. Like when you thought, all right, Cream's going to have a full tank of boost, move down the field. Somehow Reveal makes 2 solid 50s, but Frosty almost got caught out there.
And even there, I mean, you know, one thing I love about Space Station, they don't get too greedy. Great pass forward and 5 up there for the save. Watch the quick.
Pirates is doing better games too.
Creams can't get it on target, and Frosty pops away towards Reveal, who did try to do maybe a little more than he could. Now Hockey, he has Creams over to his right, and just a little too close for Scribbles to catch up to it, and everybody has to reset. Well, Scribbles did get the boost steal out of the corner, though, and that could really hinder Pirates.
Hockey has a full tank though, and had to stretch.
Pirates is doing a lot better.
The ball off, reveal pass, and he used all of his boost at that point.
God damn it, Maniac.
Up to that ball. A little bit better for Pirates, not just in that boost game either, but also on these pushes stacks. Talk about Space Station's discipline. But right now, it's been they've needed all of the discipline that they could muster with how often the pressure has come right back at them from Pirates. Our high ball up here for Creams. Drop down again. Pirates haven't relinquished control of this ball entirely. 5 Up had to leave for the boost that gave space up a little bit. Frosty headhunting Creams on the back line. No challenge either for Space Station as everybody's forced back. Scribbles is just hoping for Frosty, who had a full tank on his leave. 5 Up again, has to beat 1, and he runs into a bump on his way. I don't think any play there. Yeah, nobody from Pirates. Everyone's waiting for that clear back, waiting for a clear opening before they really start to push the rotation forward into Space Station territory.
I've seen Space Station routinely here in this second game, having to defend, falling away towards their backboard. The Pirates certainly much more sustainable this time around, as 5 Up keeping that play alive. Scribbles and Frosty have to go to the back line together. Have been on the verge of being overwhelmed, but just not breaking yet. That's a good win by Creams. Got 5 Up and Hockey swarming, trying to get in position, but now they got to retreat. Creams looking for an opening, and he's found one, but Frosty shuts it down quickly. And now Frosty trying to dash by Hockey. Can he get this one centered for Reveal? No, Creams shuts it down.
Reveal will have the push there. 5 Up.
5 Up got chased into the net.
One. Oh! Just got there in time. Had to avoid 2 bumps to get back to that save. Pirates have had a lot of time spent in that orange half. How much quality have they actually been able to generate? It really hasn't been too much, despite the 5 shots that they have to Space Station's 2. I mean, that shot total between both teams sounds about right with what we've seen.
Oh.
And a double's just not on target. 5 Up is looking for
Little man is starting to wake up.
And simply is finding it too hard.
Let me see if Lucas can watch him until the series is over.
It's almost like he's cursed.
After this game.
Reveal to the backboard for
We slept 3 hours.
Blocked away by 5 Up, and Hockey stopped that one as well. Pirates on a boat collectively standing on their heads. Cream's gonna fall away from this ball, and Scribbles will have it away through the corner. Final 10 seconds of regulation. Could have an overtime after a first game that got away from the Pirates.
Come on.
Everybody just kind of whiffing on this, and I think both teams might be content just to get a new kickoff. And that's exactly what we'll get.
Yeah, the double whiff. You know, the first one's a tactical. The second one is like, you're goofing now.
New boot goofing.
Just wait. Not really too much.
I haven't said that in half a decade.
Creams somehow finds his way back.
Come on.
Scribbles was deep back. New Reveal is in the air, or new Reveal was back. And Hockey and Creams somehow gets out alive. And the start of OT, I feel like if you're gonna win any game, Stacks, Pirates, this is the best form that you've had in the last 10 minutes.
Come on.
And the fact that it had to reset, now Space Station have the ball. Creams downfield, and there's nothing. It's always a clear out. We got to return. We got to go get boost. How about a passing play? They'll try to shake it up. Creams also gets a bump, but there's just too many flies on the wall to swat down. Scribbles gets through 1, and Pirates are hanging on.
There's been a solid defensive squad. I mean, those 3 goals given up in game 1, kind of an outlier for Pirates. As Creams will get away here. Again, not much boost collectively. 5 Up's got all of it. He's got Creams waiting in the midfield. Can he follow up this rebound? No. Frosty is all over it. This should be a clear, and not quite. That is.
Come on.
5 Up again. He's been putting in so much work, and now did he have some?
You bring Beaver in a cast? Absolutely. Beaver.
Scraps at the back. Now Reveal trying to get up.
Wanna hop on?
But Creams is good enough at the back.
He's been at the back for most of this game, too. Wants to turn on the ball, but was not even close to it there. No pop-up either. Means Frosty gets a free chance at it. Actually lost it there. 5 Up. Wasn't on Frosty cam for that. I'm not sure exactly what he saw in front of him or if he just straight up missed it. 5 Up.
I assume he's watching main broadcast. I'll ask him after this game.
But you see the ideas there. 5 up, he's behind the ball so often on the orange half. Trying to get that opportunity. Trying to find a pass. The shot himself, it has not worked out. Creeves comes and cannot connect on the ball. Hockey leaves it back for 5 up, and there's no opening. It had to be Creeves with that touch, and he couldn't come up with it. Space Station on the turnaround.
I do love the extra pass. Just still, Space Station Gaming, too good defensively. 5 up's got that one out. Outlet towards Hockey, and Frosty jumps in the way. Now Frosty, can he get linked up with Scribbles? Here's reveal.
Come on.
And everything will settle down.
They're playing so much better. Come on, 5 up. Hockey.
Just kind of waiting. Who will have that critical bump? Demo. Pass. Whatever it is that opens up the game winner in a
come on, Pirates.
7.5
no.
minutes plus. Scribbles couldn't connect there. And that's going to kick right out to Creams, and reveal stopped him at point blank range.
Oh, and Frosty's in Hockey's way. No!
And 5 up there with a stop. Nobody's back. Can Frosty save him?
Oh my God, they did it!
5 up finally scores.
Gets the redemption he was looking for, and it comes from the unlikely deep clear down the field. Frosty,
oh my God, they did it!
And man, Creeves was just a perma third man in this game, Stacks. So often he's just having to sit way back, defend a lot of these passes, these transitions from Space Station, and then the one time they beat him, off his back wall, Scribbles rips the ball way wide.
Beaver, do you want to hop into Discord and cast if you want to?
Frosty revealed who was on that play, but that was the one chance Space Station had in that OT that was clearing away their chance, and Scribbles couldn't put it on target. The timing wasn't there. And Creams, very reliable as that third man, and of course 5 up finding the delivery finally, and that's got to feel great.
You can also just go live on your channel, and I'll invite you to co-stream.
It almost felt like an 8-minute odyssey for 5 up too, because he had so many opportunities.
That's extra steps.
That game, and then
okay, we're upstairs. Okay, never mind. You're fine. Okay, I gotta go ask if Lucas can watch Little Man for this series. I'll be right back.
Big load off of his shoulders. Big sigh of relief collectively now for Pirates on a boat as they equally get a shutout. And that's more of what we saw from them yesterday. They didn't concede many goals. Now, granted, you can look at the group they were in and go, well, duh, they didn't concede many goals. But now you're up against this squad that has given fits to so many of the top teams in North America and has proven to be one of themselves. This is what Pirates on a boat are capable of. Better late than never.
There's tons of talent on this Pirates team, and putting it together, making it work as a squad.
Okay, I've got 15 more minutes max. So let's watch it be a good series. Even if the series is still going afterwards, I have to end. But we've got 15 minutes. All right, guys.
It took solid defense, good vision, especially from Creams, defending a lot of those opportunities as Space Station were coming back that way. And they have to channel that discipline again here against Space Station. Hockey does a good job holding on to the ball here. And 5 up on the point as well, helping to get opportunities for his team.
15 minutes.
Creams bumps one off the play.
Maybe I'll just bring in Little Man for the last game.
Another crossbar hit for Scribbles. That one a little more understandable. Then a more, and he'll pass it out to reveal Space Station, and they're scoreless.
Boy, and for this to work, there's got to be a lot of trust and a call out, and there certainly was. Reveal coming right up. Scribbles knows he's going to be there, perfectly placed, and the chemistry from Space Station Gaming that served them so well in the first open. Coming up big here in open 3 when they need it most.
Pirates, that stalwart defense, you need a little bit more of that offense. Nice drop off. Good follow-up 50 as well. It starts with 5 up again on the point. Gets this catch, rolls it to the side, so Scribbles.
They're playing well, Beaver. They got much better after that first game. They got much better after that first game.
To get up and challenge him for the play. His nose is square.
You're still live? I am.
He got the best 50 possible.
I'm only live for 15 more minutes. But I am. And then I'll be live again at 6 p.m. Central, which you might not make, but...
Proven that they're not just a long shot. They're a team that can hang with this Space Station squad. Oh, Creams, awkward first jump. Frosty trying to punish them for it. Not going to happen. And Space Station.
What is that, Eastern?
All the way back
7.
With Scribbles watching reveal.
You're 1 hour after me.
And Frosty
I'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 4 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. in Alaska. 1 p.m. in Hawaii.
May just well be able to center this ball. Everybody from SSG kind of waiting back, and I'm sure 5UP would have loved to have that one back.
Midnight in the UK. 1 a.m. in Europe.
There in the midfield. Actually, Creams almost made the most of it. Hockey stealing the boost in the midfield as 5UP holds the ball and prevents the transition as well. So enough being done by
9 a.m. in Korea.
And keeping the ball away from Space Station and at least managing the resources well enough. But a hard bounce.
Where are you, Plummy?
And again, the ball out.
It might have been off.
Wow, Hockey somehow gets a piece of that. Space Station are threatening.
I think it's the time change. We have Europe viewers? Oh, we have so many. Plummy's from Europe. Violo's from the UK. Ostrich is from Europe. Lithuania. We have so many. I actually learned for the first time in doing my analytics that I have more UK viewers than I do US. UK? Do you guys know that? I pulled my analytics. I have more United Kingdom viewers than I have United States viewers. I learned that through my analytics because I had to pull them. I actually have more United Kingdom viewers than I do US viewers. Maniacs from the UK. Crytek is from Poland. Potatoes from Europe. Maddie's from the UK. Butters from the UK.
He got bailed out earlier on defense by Creams, then was bailed out by 5UP, and he decided,
I have more viewers from the UK than I have from the US. It used to not be that way, even though I have a lot, and I'm fairly certain that changed because of Gen G and because I had Jack on Gen G. Because I had Jack on Gen G. And I gained a lot more. So I'd be interested to look back in a couple months
Creams has to go out. Frosty sees him the whole way, and it's easy for Space Station to collect that
and
time.
see how that is.
But Stacks, Pirates, it's little things
Pazin, thank you so much for the follow. I'm sorry I missed it.
Lost
if you're still here.
On defense, that's where Space Station are going to start picking you apart if you're not careful.
Oh, that's a great catch and run by Hockey, and he almost finished the play off. Again, excellent defending out of Space Station game, and they have been lightning quick on both ends of the field. And it's afforded them the kind of the leeway to make some mistakes, but they can't recover from this one. A demo, and then 5UP takes care of business.
It's a huge demo because Frosty went to the blue corner to steal boost, thinking an easy 50, we could keep pressing, and we could keep on harrying the net, and the demo ends up putting Frosty completely out of position. Nothing he could do to get there. And so Pirates make the most out of that opportunity. Not much more you could ask for. You talked about earlier, Stack, Space Station not taking too many risks, being able to manage those relatively well. And not
are we wanting to win it all? I'd love Pirates for Beaver. Let's go! Pirates to make Birmingham have to beat Space Station here, and then Space Station has to lose again.
I mean, Frosty's in a tough spot there. You're one-on-one with 5UP, but not many people want to be there. He just
for Pirates to make land, they need to beat Space Station here, and then Space Station needs to lose again to someone else. And we're rooting for Beaver. Oh, god damn it. That's unfortunate.
30 seconds, 3-3. He gets his mistake back.
Reveal not trying to do too much. He knows Frosty's going to be down there. And again, Space Station as a team, when they need it most, are all tied up with 30 seconds left. What a pass. Oh, fake kickoff.
Looks like Space Station will at least get the hand of it. And Frosty again, he'll just full field air dribble. You're absolutely right about Reveal. It's part of what made me fall in love with him as a player last season was those heads-up plays like that in front of the box. Again, facilitating the play of Frosty and Scribbles. The Pirates aren't going so quietly. 5UP loads the cannon, and Creams trying to aim it down as Hockey sets it up. has the fuse, drops it down, and misses the target. The ship stays alive here for Space Station.
So we reset. Get another neutral kickoff. It's going to go the way of SSG. It's Frosty.
No.
Down with the flip reset and 5 up there with the save. Creams has to dump that off to the corner as well and does so. And Hockey will break them out. Creams, he let that ball go and he could have had so much more. Frosty looking for an early finish and Hockey says absolutely not. So no kickoff goal to start off overtime. Does 5 up have up his sleeve? Any follow-up? Try to get that ball all the way back to Hockey. That's a great back pass, and it stops SSG from having a comfortable counterattack.
And Hockey didn't really have much choice. Space Station were on top of that back pass. He was forced to give it up. Now Scribbles leaves it for reveal.
Damn.
And Scribbles.
Damn.
And finds a way to stick the landing for reveal. Beautiful job from Space Station. Start of overtime. And they got the win. Stacks
Damn.
Back in it.
Still believing.
Top of it in the series.
Just amazing stuff. You never know when an attack starts with this team, you never know who's actually going to be the one to take the shot. And that's what makes them so deadly. I mean, Pirates, I think it was 5 up there. He had to wait so long to react to that play because after the air dribble bump, it's like, okay, well now I got to go, but it's just far too late at that point. Space Station do that oh so well, and it gives everybody fits, and it finally broke through the Pirates defense at the worst possible time for Poab as SSG gets an overtime winner out of reveal.
And even where Pirates were trying to, generate space with back passes or really holding the ball, trying to bring it back to themselves. I'm thinking the one back pass in particular halfway through that overtime, which was 20 seconds halfway through, but it was covered immediately. Space Station just went right down, and then Hockey was left with no options but to just kick the ball away from himself. And his team still needed time to get back. They didn't have the boost. They were still recovering.
Hi, Shelly.
And that just prevented them from actually.
Shelly, I'm only live on this stream for 5 more minutes, but I'm live again at 6 p.m. Central.
To get set,
I think 7 p.m. your time.
To actually reconvene and actually take stock of what was happening on the field, because you're just constantly trying to get back into position. So Space Station.
I love you, Fiat.
Working well, firing on all cylinders right now. Pirates have not made it easy. No mistake about it. But you don't get and climb the ladder of champions.
How are you, my queen?
You gotta win the hard ones, and Space Station are finding ways to score.
Kickoff goals are just lethal. And especially again with the margins being as slim as they are, needing to do so much and get so much help. 5 up, gonna let Creams take over. That goes wicked hard off the back wall, and Reveal in a tough spot, able to pop that away. Creams, does he have any help coming? He does, and 5 up, still ricocheting towards the net, and Frosty will just drop it down towards Scribbles. 5 up's over there, so is Hockey. Oh, what a play!
Oh, there they are.
Pirates tie it.
How about that? I love the give.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun, Shelly.
Pass, you got one player. It's Frosty. Good luck defending the pass back across. And Hockey gets what he gave. And Pirates have always found a way to at least respond to Space Station. They keep these tight. I love that play in front, but Reveal might have caught it out. Good speed from Hockey to get up there.
I wonder how much that kickoff goal will come back to haunt Pirates. Concede a goal 3 seconds in, but they're right back in it. Frosty up against Creams, got the ball through. Hockey opting to go towards the net as 5 up calls him off. And Hockey with a full tank will just throw it downfield, hope something good happens. That's intercepted before it can reach Creams. Now Hockey trying to go hard off the back wall.
See you in a few hours, Jordan.
Oh,
come on.
And giving the Pirates the lead.
Yeah, Creams was
God, I hate that I have to end.
A chance to just pass the ball anyway, sure. The initial pass didn't find the mark for him, but he still works his way through the entire rotation, steals that corner boost out. And then as they rotate back, there's nothing left for Space Station, and Creams is putting the ball in the net.
And great recognition by Creams too, and now Frosty denied by Hockey, who just came in from out of nowhere, out of the corner. Keeping the lead intact for now. 5 up is forward with Creams. Nothing in the tank though, and Frosty able to go over top of him. Now Hockey needs one more touch, and that's off him all the way back for Creams.
I think Creams has really had.
Drew, thank you so much for the rose on TikTok. You're amazing.
First game that Pirates were able to take. Like
you're amazing, and I hope you're having the best day.
His play in the third man role in particular that helped deny Space Station a lot of transitions, but this time the ball bounces away off of his touch and gave Space Station a chance and a shot, but Pirates find a way to get in front of it. Space Station can't convert it.
Aki tried to do it all himself there, and Reveal is in the way. Creams lost control. Sacrificed himself for the cause, it looks like. Now Frosty with Reveal forward. Blocked by Hockey. And the corner boost won by Reveal. Could be trouble now for Pirates, so they're starting to retreat. Creams doesn't have anything in the tank at all. Couldn't grab any either as Reveal took all of it. Frosty, lead blocker. Reveal forces it through.
Oh, come on.
And not too often you're going to come away as the winner of this if you're Hockey. You make the most of it. Frosty gets a little chip on you, and the 50 is easy to push over Hockey with his car turned back. The ball on the wrong side of his car if he's hoping to actually squirrel that one away, and that's just a tough out for him to get. Good job from Space Station to get that one done. Got to convert on those 2-on-1 tries. And Pirates are stuck hoping for a leading goal again. That has proven to be difficult to hold on to against Space Station, who have quite the high-powered offense when they have a mind of it. And they've had quite the mind of it here in this series. Every time they've needed a goal, they've found a way to produce one.
Hockey there to stop Scribbles. Now Frosty out of the corner, and well, looked like Hockey was going to have that one cleared away and came up empty. Now Scribbles blocked by Creams, only slowed down temporarily. Scribbles decoy for Reveal, and Hockey there to make the save. Now it's 5-up's turn to force an awkward play. Popped it up, and Hockey there to finish off the defensive effort for the time being. Now Frosty gonna go to work.
Guys, if I raid out in a second to an RLCS watch party, will you guys all go in and be hyped for a second? Will you guys say Widow raid and keep watching the watch party over there? We don't raid often anymore, so will you guys make it a really good raid? Will you be talkative and yapping for a minute and make it a good raid for her?
Space Station trying to be patient. Might have been a little too much so as this.
That's okay, Brian. But can you say like Widow raid and get some Widow raids in the chat? No, completely. I understand that.
Good stop on defense there from Pirates. I think 5-up in particular as well. A couple of recognition plays from him, knowing when a teammate was beat. He had cut twice.
This one's some Widow raids.
That he had to get in there. His teammate got bumped on one of them as well.
He'll put it in chat for you.
And 5-up in the center of it as well. But as you see, Space Station just got the ball right back. And really, we're just reloading for another try at it.
Do some followings.
Oh, back and forth they go, looking for somebody.
Bill's got me, Brian's got me, Dennis has got me. Hopefully a few other people do.
Just pushes that to the corner. A little desperation now out of SSG as they're all very low on boost. Reveal, hoping that corner will spawn for him. It does, and he uses it to challenge Hockey along the ground.
Plumey's got me.
5-up. He's gonna have a go at it. Blocked away by Scribbles.
Because I'm gonna have to go pretty quickly, but remember, I'll be there. You just didn't put a space in between it. Remember, I'll be live again at 6 p.m. Central. I'm not subbed. Yes, you are. There's just no space between your Widow raid.
The end of regulation for Pirates. 5-up kind of squirreled the ball away when you had all the Space Station flat. Nobody was challenging you.
Yes, you are. You are subbed. There's just no space between your emotes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!
Does his best to keep it up, but dead in the midfield in another OT.
Our third overtime here in this upper bracket series. 5-up. Oh, he's starting to creep up, and Creams didn't really back
Come on, boys.
At all. And Creams was looking for a midfield boost that just did not spawn for him. And right now, Pirates on a boat, just a little out of sync at the start of overtime. Nothing too costly as Space Station haven't been able to break out too much.
Got the raid ready because I gotta raid the second this is over. Plumey, yeah, you just gotta put a space between Widow raid and Widow raid. Do you see how it's all one word? There's no space. There's just no space. I gotta go ahead and take the headset off. I gotta be ready to run. Come on, end it. Let's go! Okay, I love you guys. Decoys, Kloomy, Gil, Brian, Sinus, all of you. Join the raid, drop follows, and all of this. I've got to go. Beaver, I'm so happy for you guys. I will be live again. Maniac, join the raid. Guys, hype up the raid for me, please. Put Widow Raids in the chat, drop follows. Make her happy. I will be back at 6 p.m. Central. Join the raid. Join the raid for me. I love you guys so very much. I love you so